And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, Jack Smith dropped all the charges against President Donald J. Trump in the election interference case, as if we're surprised, as if we didn't see that coming. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we got the mainstream media, we got Hollywood actors still trying to insult Trump supporters. I'm not really sure what the science behind that is. Maybe they think if they insult us enough, it'll make us want to vote for them. I don't see how that makes any sense, so we'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Anthony Fauci, COVID-19 restrictions, regulations, mandates, the vaccine, all that stuff has been exposed yet again by yet another person who was so thirsty on a date, he's going to spill all the beans. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, California Governor Gavin Newsom has excluded Tesla from a proposed electric vehicle tax credit program, which is clearly just petty and personal. How are you going to have this toddler be the governor of California? Maybe that's why he's not for president yet, is because he's too weak and too childlike to do such a thing. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we have a legitimate Nigerian scammer who became the mayor of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and allegedly committed a hate crime hoax. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Laura Catherine, you're funny. Laura Catherine says, I'm wearing my I'm Thankful Trump Won t-shirt to Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. That is hilarious. And then Rock Revolution 2 says, anyone serving up drunk Kamala, that jiving turkey? You guys are the funniest, the best, the most supportive chat in the planet, on the planet, in the universe is y'all. Nobody's better than y'all, I promise. Like, I'm not even blowing smoke. I'm being serious. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate it. We got a lot going on. Happy early Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're going to eat some good food. Hopefully your back does not increase too much now. You know, I'm one of these health nuts. I'm a crazy health nut. I've been like that for a long time. But I'll give you guys a little bit of a pass, okay? Your back can get a little teeny bit bigger over the Thanksgiving break. Just a little bit. Don't go over the top, okay? Don't be like Kamala, drunk, acting the fool, all that kind of stuff. You want to keep a little bit of decorum, a little teeny bit of decorum. That's what you want. So, yeah, shout out to you guys for being here. You guys are the best. I appreciate y'all. And again, happy early Thanksgiving. We got a lot to get into. We're going to get into drunk Kamala, to the dronty. Is that a word? The drunk auntie. We know the term for a drunk uncle. That's a drunkle. Well, what do you call a drunk auntie? Is there a one word phrase or saying for that? I'm not really sure, but we will get into it. And I got so many clips to show. It is going to be funny. It is going to be crazy. But again, shout out to y'all for being here. If you like what you're hearing so far, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Where do we begin? I think we need to start with just the sponsors and everything else. I got so much to talk about tonight. Oh, yeah. I got a lot to talk about tonight. First things first, shout out to the sponsors, you guys, for watching the show. Shout out to y'all for watching. Number one, but number two, shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the box, or just go to patriotpost.us, tell them that ABL sent you. Also, please go to the merch website. And by the way, I'm having meetings. We're getting the merch really turned all the way up to the max. All right. I've made the calls. We're going to make it happen. Shout out to my guys who are going to help with the merch. I really, really appreciate y'all for being in my corner and believing in me. ABLmerch.com. That is ABLmerch.com. ABLmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website. Again, ABLmerch.com. That link will always be in the box. And the nicknames you giving right here for Kamala are hilarious. AAA Auntie, that's funny. All right. But we also have the regular website, AnthonyBLogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. There will be an article for each video that I produce. And in each article, we got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, politically agnostic, Democrat, Republican, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it. As long as it's legal, it'll be posted right there on the website, AnthonyBLogan.com, right there on the front page. Also, go to the contact page of the website, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact-us, I believe. And you'll be able to find my email address, my snail address, my UPS box, of course, my social media profiles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. Yes, I'm 100,000 years old on TikTok. I'm older than Joe Biden, plus George Washington, plus Methuselah, plus the Cro-Magnon man, whatever they want to say was in the cave with the bone tools. I'm old as that. Those guys combined, and it's fine. Wherever you want to find me, wherever you want to check me out, all my links will be right there on the contact page. And as I always say, if you're ever wondering if you're conversing with me on the interwebs or not, a little bit of common sense here. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm saying if somebody says, hey, my name is ABL, I'm in the comment section talking at you, and if you send me 1,000 gift cards, then I'm going to be able to return you $5. Just don't do stuff like that, okay? It's a scam. It's not me. I promise I'm never going to ask you for anything like that, okay? I'm probably never going to contact anybody just directly. And if I do, it'll be through my email, contact@AnthonyBLogan.com. And by the way, I appreciate you guys sending me tips, sending me all those things. I'm getting my locals set up. So once we get the locals set up, I'm going to do that this week. Yeah, the locals. Yeah, Rumble's already cracking, but the locals, that's going to be next. And you guys will be able to post things there. It'd be kind of a private community. So yeah, that's what you need to do. Just go to the contact page and see if you are using the method of communication listed on the contact page. And if you're not, it's somebody trying to steal your money. Nobody has time for that. We're not trying to have Yemi Mobilade, the mayor of Colorado Springs, Colorado, in the DMs talking about, hey, we need some money for the project. The project is not finished. Give us a little bit of money, huh? Idiots. Not, we need more now. That's going to be the guy talking at you. I don't want that to happen. And shout out to my Nigerian people out there. Y'all know I love y'all. It ain't no funny business. You know, sometimes they be in the comments, why must you say we are scammers? We're not all scammers. I promise. I bet. I know. I get it. But hey, man, I'm going to let it all hang out now because y'all got to get that guy out of here, man. I want the Nigerian community of America to denounce Yemi Mobilade. I need a press conference from whoever the leader is. Get this guy up out of here. He can no longer return to the village. He is banned from the village forever. That's what I want y'all to do to the mayor of Colorado Springs, Yemi Mobilade. Anyway, shout out to Rumble. If you guys are not following me there, I am on Rumble. We're up to almost 400 followers. I'm trying to get it to 1,000 by the end of the month. Y'all see, we got the videos already cracking. I like how the black background makes it look kind of like it's floating. I like that. Shout out to Rumble's interface. Yeah, Rumble has definitely improved what they do. As far as being able to upload videos and whatnot, it's much more simple. It just makes a lot more sense. So again, if you guys want to support me on alternative platforms, just go to the website, go to the contact page, go to Rumble, check me out. Thank you, Sheree. Sheree posted it right there in the chat. And there it is right there on the screen. And you can also see it in the chat section. And of course, the Rumble link will always be in the description. All right, so we got a lot going on. There is a whole lot happening. Again, happy early Thanksgiving to you guys. Hopefully, your back won't increase too big. Hopefully, it won't get too big now. You enjoy your food, whatever. That's fine. But let's keep our back under control. Some of you guys are going to be at the dinner table turned up. Listen, I ain't even want to go like me. Listen, I'm going to tell you about me, right? And how I do with family. I don't bring up politics. I just leave it be. I'm chilling. I don't want no smoke. I don't want any trouble. I don't want any problems. You understand? I'm chilling. But if somebody says something and I need to respond to it, I'm biting my tongue, trying to say nothing. Oh man, my face going to tell the story. I'm biting my tongue. I'm already kind of high energy. I'm turned up already. Like the way I am right now, I'm like that in real life. I'll be like that at the dinner table. So if something comes up, somebody says something crazy, I'm biting my tongue. But you know what? If somebody says something to me, depending upon how much I like them or how much I like everybody at the table, I might respond, maybe. If my grandma there and stuff, okay, I'll leave it alone. I ain't gonna say nothing. But if I got a cousin I've been had a problem with, I'm gonna go ahead and just let it all, I'm gonna let it rip. I'm gonna let my chopper sing like a bird right there at the table, figuratively. I ain't gonna shoot my cousin over a bad point of view, but I'm gonna let my words do all the talking. You understand? I'm gonna let my words do the talking rather than that pistol or something like that. If it's like a cousin I don't like and it's been a problem for a long time, I'm gonna go ahead and let it. I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say right there. I'm gonna express myself. But if it's like a regular normie cousin and my grandma sitting right there, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be. But don't catch me in the wrong circumstance. Oh boy, you're gonna get it. This right here, hey, this right here is gonna be me if the wrong cousin at the wrong time says something crazy. Okay. Let's get a little bit of sound.
Oh, I saw.
Let's start from the top. You got to hear the whole thing.
And behold, I saw the horse, pale, the rider. His name was Death. Pull up Revelation. Not a bunch of crap like these New World Order pedophile devil worshippers. I'm so blown away by the power of our God that's almighty. Woo! And behold,
that's me all day long at the table. Yes. Hey man, look, the way to avoid that is don't bring nothing up crazy. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I'm at the table chilling, eating my little can of yams or whatever. And then somebody say, well, that man got in office. Some of us made the wrong decision. Oh, you say something like that, little passive aggressive little dig. Oh boy. Oh, you're going to get it. Anyway, shout out to my family members that's cool, that don't do that, which is most people. Listen, I don't go disrupting dinner. I don't think I've ever done that at a dinner. I kind of got close a little bit when I was young and just completely butt wild, but now I'm chilling. All right, let's go ahead and show this from Michael J. Knowles. All right, shout out to him. Is that his name, Michael J? Like Michael J. Fox?
Guess who's back again.
Mike, the music is killing me, but you see what's going on. All the different kind of family members you got. Okay, the LGBT, the pill popping blue hair, the childless lady. Do he needs a cigar?
So, what's everybody thankful for? No, I'm just joking. Let's have a nice dinner.
Can you pass the map?
Yeah, there you go. That's how I feel on the inside, though. That's how I feel on the inside. But I ain't gonna, like I say, I ain't gonna say nothing. And the inside, that's me with the big smile, the MAGA hat, all of that, the Trump Vance. That's how I feel. But because I respect our family members, I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm chilling. So shout out to Michael Knowles. Michael J. Knowles, I was right. I thought I was getting confused. Now, did you guys go to Costco or any kind of store? Was there a big line? I went to Costco yesterday and I went to the regular store today, and it was cool. But I don't live in a really big, crazy city like that. You're living in a big metro area. Your Costco might be packed from rooter to the tutor. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Is your Costco line looking like this right now? Or did it look like that at a certain point? Look at this line. It's so long. You got people in the parking lot lining up. I mean, what are we actually buying? What are we getting? I'm not really sure.
Get out. People can get out. Hey,
Now we getting tempers flaring. We got traffic jam in here. Sir, you have a box of I don't know what in your cart. Is it that serious? Where are you going? Where is the rush?
You're gonna lose that back.
Sir, please calm down.
Him and his little toy dog. Oh, little baby dog. Look at the baby dog. I ain't even see the dog at first. It's like hiding behind his cart. Hold on, you can see it right there. Okay. The dog is like, hey, sir, what are we doing? Bro, put that dog in the little front area. You know, when you were a little kid, you would sit in the front of the cart. Put the dog right there. You dragging the dog all around the concrete and stuff like this. You dragging the dog into the oolong tea displays and stuff like this. Come on, man. Let's get it together.
Rawr, rawr. Rawr. Wow. That was crazy. Man.
Yeah, man. The traffic jams, it's never that serious. It's never, is that a service dog? Yeah, that's a service dog right there. Little baby dog. The dog, hey, the dog, Darlene, the dog is terrified. The dog is like, man, what are we doing? It probably ain't the first time he's done something like that. It's like, here we go again with this guy. Always acting the fool. All right. So, you know what? I think we have a problem in this country. People always talk about mental health, right? Mental health this, mental health that. I think that's an excuse for a lot of people. They're talking about they got PTSD, all this, that, and the third. It's like, you got PTSD from what? From being sad. Like, PTSD is like a real thing people have. You overseas in the military, something crazy happens over there. That's real. But the things that people are dealing with nowadays in comparison is really nothing. And I think it's just a big grift from therapists and doctors to prescribe medication, the therapist to come see you and not really do anything. Maybe they prescribe pills to you as well. It's all about getting money. It's not really about trying to help people, okay? The rise in mental health care and mental health awareness has also coincided with the rise in mental health people. The more you advocate for mental health awareness, the more people you get who are going to fit into mental health category. You understand? Like, all you're doing is just creating artificial demand for this thing. Now, this is an example of it. No. This person talking about people that don't mask in 2024. If you don't mask in 2024, this individual has a message for you. All right?
No, you aren't supporting, investing, or organizing your community to uplift the most marginalized if you're still not masking. Our liberation has always been connected. The continued rise of fascism is directly connected to Palestine, Sudan, Congo, losing reproductive rights, anti-trans violence, xenophobia, and yes, COVID. Being okay with disabled and immunocompromised folks dying for your convenience is not very progressive of you, especially when we know repeat infections can cause lifelong damage for all of us. If you are unable to handle the inconvenience of wearing a mask to protect your community, how much are you really willing to personally invest in the liberation of marginalized people? That being said, it's never too late to start masking again and taking more precautions, but it is too late for the millions of folks who died because of our government's complete mishandling of a global pandemic that continues to still take lives every day.
Bro, whatever your pronouns are, I ain't even trying to play that game. Whatever your pronouns are, you living in a whole dollhouse. You have your home decorated, or your mom's house, or whatever you are, your grandma. Your home is like a dollhouse, and you're like a 28-year-old man. You got bigger fish to fry than being concerned about your face muzzle. Okay, your dog has more freedom than you do. Your dog not even wearing the muzzle. Why you got a muzzle on? That's crazy. People have dehumanized themselves. Back in the day, you had a crazy dog. One that might want to attack you. The dog would have a muzzle on. Like when I was on a plane one time and a lady had a dog with her, like a actual military service dog. Like she was in military uniform, had her fatigues on, and the dog was for military. Big old dog shedding everywhere. The dog shedded so much. By the time the little flight, 3-hour flight was over, she was covered head to toe in dog hair. You understand? That dog had on the muzzle because it's a service dog and you can't have somebody trying to pet it or act a fool and then the dog kind of does his job. But humans shouldn't be the one wearing the muzzle. I mean, we going like full Hannibal Lecter. That's the last time I seen somebody wear a muzzle unironically, Hannibal Lecter. But now you got people just wearing it like it's okay. An emotional comfort muzzle. That's what we got going on right now with these human beings. It's a mess. Hey, that dog shedded 15 pounds of hair in 2 hours. It was a mess all over the place. I got hair on me too because the dog was like up under her seat kind of, but in front of her. And every now and again, the dog's playful. The dog like me and jumping on me. I got all of my jeans and my shoes. I got big patches of dog hair. I don't see how y'all do it. People that got them shedding dogs. If I have a dog in my house, it needs to be like not hairless, but I don't want the hair to be all on the floor. Now, speaking about military, uniform, fatigues, things of this nature, this is the kind of thing that we got to get away from in 2025 going forward. Let's get better people in the military. Guys like this, I don't think we need anymore.
The military be so silly with their rules. Like, why did I just get in trouble for having a pink lunchbox? And then I got in trouble for wearing lip gloss. Yeah. And God forbid I wear some mascara. Oh, they be so mad. God forbid I wear mascara. The military be so...
Hey, anybody in the military right now, anybody active duty, is this your battle buddy? Is that your man? That's your guy right there? And then they're wondering why we kicking the Transformers out. Now, this guy ain't the Transformer, but he's trying to go down that direction. Maybe one day he says, you know what? I identify as a woman. Now I need you to treat me for my gender dysphoria that I think is legitimate by giving me a free sex change. Well, it's not free. It's free for him, but it's not free for us. We the people, the taxpayer. Okay. A pink lunchbox, bro. Military different nowadays. I mean, they're having a recruitment crisis. So they got to get guys that's openly just trying to do extra stuff for no reason. Like, why? Why do that? Why is in the military? Free money, doing nothing. That's what it is. That's all. Just money. Just free money doing nothing. He won't advance. Anyway, I'm triggered. Now, we have someone who wants to control what you can and cannot say on the interwebs. All right. We have somebody that does not like your freedom of speech on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Now, I want you guys to imagine this person in your mind and have that image in your head. And when I play the video, I want you to tell me if your vision matched what you were shown. All right. You guys ready? Let's go ahead and let her rock. Yeah, there we go. Let's let it rock.
You can't run a platform at the whims of one man's decisions. And so I do think that it really creates a massive national security issue for every country that allows these platforms to persist without strict adherence to even enforcing their own terms of service. And there are different ways that we might combat this as a society, but the idea that good speech will win, it just doesn't hold truth anymore. Really, what wins online is content that is novel and outrageous, which tends to be conspiracy, hateful, derogatory content that sort of activates the excitement we get when we read, a tabloid magazine.
So, okay, there's so much going on. First of all, when I think about those who are in the comment section pretending to be me, using my picture, talking about, hey, email me, I got 500 Bitcoins for you, I imagine they look like me, some West African dude, or like that. Okay, that's what I imagine they look like in real life, rather than looking like me, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, that's how I imagine they look. And beyond that, you're talking about good speech is going to win, and it doesn't win in your opinion. Well, what is good speech? What do you define as good speech? And you're talking about, well, what wins is conspiracies and tabloid information. Okay, conspiracies like the laptop from Hunter was Russian disinformation. That conspiracy, which was proven to be inaccurate. There's a lot of conspiracies that go on all over the interwebs, all over television, but it seems like the only ones that get any kind of negative attention are the ones that come from conservative people, or things that are labeled as misinformation that are probably not, that come from conservative people. The things that actually are misinformation, conspiracies, sensationalized, come from the left every single day, and they get it passed because the left are the ones who control information for the most part. So what do? The online media is going to win because we can get down to the truth. You have real people who are unbiased and only want to get to the real information. That's why we win. They, on the other hand, the mainstream media, they put out whatever they think is going to get the best reaction. They put out whatever they think is going to give them the best ability to make money. They put out whatever they think they need to for the Democratic Party. That's all they do in the mainstream media. All right. Now, speaking about leftists, liberals, mainstream media, have you guys seen this? So we have a group of liberal white women. Yes, that's who they are. I'm just saying this is what they are. A group of liberal white women screaming at Lake Michigan to rage against the election results. Okay, you guys ready? All right, let's go ahead and let it rock here. Man, she really feeling it. She is really, really feeling it. And you know what? Let me pause. We don't got to hear them screeching for an hour. But you know what's going on here, in my opinion? A lot of these women have been radicalized by television. They sitting and watching TV all the time. They watching Rachel Maddow. They watching all these people on the left. And they do just what I was talking about. They put out sensationalized things to attack conservatives, to uplift themselves. They were convinced that Kamala was going to win because they're watching all this TV stuff. They see all the cases against Trump. He almost got shot. He almost got deleted. They see all these things. They hear all these things from their people, and they're wondering, hey, why didn't we win? What happened? So now they got all this rage and confusion and anger. So what they're going to do, go down to the lake and just start screaming? Because, they can't do anything else. What else are they going to do? Insurrection? Oh, but they already said that was bad, right? So you can't do that. They spent years talking about January 6th, insurrection is a bad thing. Although you got the mayor of Denver talking about, well, we're not going to do what the federales tell us, which is an insurrectionist type of behavior. So they can't do they can't go to DC. So they're going to go down to this pile of rocks and just scream at it. There we go.
Yeah. They're just going round and round and round.
Now, I wonder what's being discussed on this little huddle we got going on. Like, what is it to discuss? Okay, we're going to go over here facing that rock and scream for 15 seconds. We're going to go over there to the sand dune and scream for about another 15 more seconds. Like, what are we discussing in this roundtable discussion right here?
I know.
Oh boy, taking their clothes off. What? Whoa. Okay, hold on. All right, wait. You can't be showing that now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, they ain't get all the way naked. All right. But they always find a way to take their clothes off. That's how much they do. They always find a way to get naked some kind of way. It's like, ma'am, please put the clothes back on. Okay? And they love doing it when they get to be 500 pounds. That's their favorite thing to do in the world. All right. But nah, they just had bathing suits on. All righty. So shout out to them. Hey, you know what? You know what? It's actually not even a bad thing. Maybe going to the beach, taking a swim might be good for you. That might be a good activity to do rather than screeching about Trump 24/7 in the basement. Go to the beach, have a good time. That might actually be a great idea. Rather than screaming at the rocks, at the water, hop on in, take a swim. Fantastic. Alrighty. Now, I've been watching promo for this. Well, I've not really been watching it, but I've seen it on my timeline a lot. What's the name of this show or movie called Wicked? Y'all know what that is? Is that about, what is that really? Maybe if you guys got kids, they might be into it. I don't know what this is. But I'm looking at the promo run featuring Ariana Grande and this African European actress. It's cringe. So I want to show it.
I'm a person and I feel and I have feelings and I can share them.
And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
Yeah. And someone said to me once that the green was the thing that I would love the most about Alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green, yes, I loved playing this character.
What are we talking about exactly? What are we even? I don't even understand. It's like, okay, this right here, the caption in this video was like, it looks like they're playing it out as a parody of what Hollywood people do. This is prime for an SNL skit. Holding hands, cry if you need to, just the clothing you have on, something that I would have worn when I was maybe 12 years old going to church or something like this. Or going to school, like a school uniform. What is this? You know what? One of my friends in middle school used to dress like that. And you look kind of like him too with the low cut and you like the same kind of skin tone as us. You look just like my friend, a male friend, and he used to wear the vest with the tie and all of that in middle school. Unironically, you look just like that. But their language they're using, I don't know what they're saying. Using all these fancy liberal words that when you actually say them in real life, it makes no sense. So I don't know what's going on. But this movie here, Wicked, like, what is that? Can anybody tell me? I know y'all know, but I don't.
But every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more. So I've come away feeling really beautiful.
You f***ing are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God.
You
absolutely.
know?
Yeah. What you've brought to this film and to these characters, you've not just taken care of them, you have transformed them for good.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a jump.
You have been the light of the day. You are
truly-
such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
We appreciate
for coming
you.
into this room today.
Thank
We needed to.
Okie dokie. All right. Man, imagine having to be in a corporate workplace and you dealing with that type of energy all day. Man, so you guys say it's a musical? Okay. A gay musical? Boy. Man, there's no way. And, that's the kind of energy they leaned into during the campaign and they're wondering why they lost. Well, that didn't help. There's more to it than that, but that didn't help. Oh, and speaking about Kamala's campaign, and how bad it was. Let's check this out.
When we got in, my recollection is some of that snapped back, but we were behind. I mean, I think it surprised people because there was these public polls that came out in late September, early October, showing us with leads that we never saw. I mean, it was just basically a race that in the battlegrounds was 46-47, 47-48. So that's not where we started. We started behind. She was able to climb out. I think even after the debate, we might have gained, 0.51. It wasn't a race that moved a lot. And so I think when you think about our own internal analytics, if you have Wisconsin at 47-47, or Pennsylvania 48-47 Trump, let's say, which I think is where we had it at the end, you've got to have undecided break your way more than your opponents, and you've got to get a little benefit from turnout, which we weren't able to do. When we got
So they're telling you, like, that the polls and all that, and people thought on, and that guy right there is from Kamala's campaign. The people thought, the leftists thought, that Kamala was really up in the polls when she was not, ever. She was not. She was bad. Like, look, the Democratic Party lost because they put the wrong person in there with bad policies. They're just overall bad, and Trump was better. Trump was better. We could say that Trump won 3 times, to be totally honest. The 2020 election, what happened was, the 2020 election, we got caught flat-footed, and they did some underhanded tricks we weren't prepared for. We learned from that election, and we're prepared. So all those tricks and whatnot, they couldn't do the same thing they did before and it'd be effective. They just couldn't do it because we were already on top of it. We're motivated, determined, on top of it, and a lot of their people defected and said no more. That blue wall fell apart. Shout out to Gorbachev or whoever that was back then. All right. Now, here is James Carville, Democratic strategist. He was around during Slick Willie's time. He's saying that, look, if y'all trying to win in 2028, you got to fire all your woke people. Fire all your woke staffers. Now, this guy is a stone cold stomp down leftist talking about fire the wokesters, because what the leftist elites don't understand is that wokeism is not a popular thing among regular people. And whether they be Trump supporters or not, wokeism is not popular among normal people. Whether they be Democrats, Republicans, don't vote, it's not popular. Placing the big hairy man in a bathroom with a girl is not a popular thing. It's not a thing that most Americans, regardless of who they are, who they vote for, it's not popular among those people. So get rid of the woke staffers and the woke ideology. Get rid of it. Check it out.
And let me tell you another huge error. Huge fucking error this made.
And I'm sorry for the cuss. I'm gonna try to censor it live. I apologize for the cussing.
Is when people said campaigns need to reflect progressive values. No, they don't. No, they don't. Campaigns are authoritarian by their nature. And if I were running a 2028 campaign and I had some little snot-nosed 23-year-old saying, I'm going to resign if you don't do this, not only would I fire that motherfucker on the spot, I would find out who hired them and fire that person on the spot. I'm really not interested in your uninformed, stupid, jackass opinion as to whether you go on Joe Rogan or not. And there were people that worked in the White House that were protesting because they didn't like the president's policy in Gaza. Well, then get the fuck out of the White House. And let me.
So there we have it. I mean, look, your woke staffers ain't going to help you. But also, James Carville, something else you don't understand. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, maybe you don't care. But something else is that your policies are bad. The whole Gaza thing, that did hurt you. Because a lot of the things that y'all would kind of be against, typically, you kind of threw it away when it came to Israel, Gaza. Like, y'all throw a lot of your principles away when it's beneficial, but the people who you have been training to look at things one way did not throw their principles away. So you're going to turn them off. That's why y'all couldn't pick Josh Shapiro, because he's Jewish. And y'all have been talking about Benjamin Netanyahu being the same thing as Orange Man. And then when that happens and y'all kind of ambiguous, it's like, well, what's going on? So now we're going to protest against y'all as well, because y'all training to do it. That's y'all. It is what it is. All right. Now, Tampon Tim has spoken out for the first time in a minute. I don't know. Maybe there was a call that got put out and said, hey, Tampon Tim, drinking Kamala, silly Kamala, we need y'all guys to say something. It's been weeks. You hadn't said anything. Let's get down to it. What's going on? So here's Tampon Tim.
Every place we went, the caring and the sense of joy. I know it's incredibly disappointing now. And look, candidly, it's a bit scary because there's a very different vision that's being put out there. But now every place we went.
Now, what flag is that on his lapel? That's the new Minnesota state flag. You see that right there on his lapel? That's the new Minnesota state flag. And it looks just like the Somali flag. Okay. Is that a coincidence? Seeing how you got so many Somalis in Minnesota? And shout out to the Somalis, though. Nothing against y'all. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys the flag of Somalia. Okay. And then the new flag of Minnesota. If I can throw it up right quick. That's the Somali flag. All right. And here is the new flag of Minnesota. Okay. So it looks kind of similar to me. I don't know. A little similar. Not the exact same, but a little bit similar. Maybe that's just me. But hey, he likes the design he has on the lapel right there on his jacket. All righty. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Now, here we have Kamala. Oh, man, we got to get into Kamala. Now, look. Do y'all think Kamala has a drinking problem? Okay, I'm going to do a poll. I've not done a poll in a while. Let's do a poll. Do you guys think that Kamala has a drinking problem? Okay. Does Kamala have a drinking problem? Yes or no? Now, I know it could be something else. It could be drugs. I'm just saying drinking specifically. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I'm not trying to necessarily influence the poll. And I'm sorry that's going to be kind of blacking the chat on the screen a little bit, but that's just what it does right here. I can't change it at all. But I've been around alcoholics. I've been around them. And this is how they act. This is kind of what they look like when they had been drinking, or they might have been hungover, or they could be drunk at that moment. That's how they talk. Benzos, and if you're on benzos, that ain't, it's all the same. You on benzos because you're drinking, and you drinking because you on benzos. It all kind of goes together. But let's watch this. All right, first right here, this smile to start. We're in a hotel room looking at a computer or something like this, and then this smile, goofy smile, no sound, just goofy.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Back at you, brother. You are such an extraordinary leader, and we have become lifelong friends. I just, in front of everyone, I want to thank you, Tim. You lead with courage. You lead with heart. You see the people. You care about the people. You believe in uplifting the dignity to which all people are entitled, and you do it with.
I'm gonna skip forward a little bit because I didn't play the whole thing.
It's critical. What we did in 107 days was unprecedented. Think about the coalition that we built, and we were so intentional about that. You would hear me talk about it all the time. Being a daughter of parents who are active in the civil rights movement, I know and believe that the best movements that are about progress in our country mean that it's leaders that we are dedicated to the coalition, to bringing people together that seemingly have nothing in common, but have everything in common. A coalition where we bring people together based on a deep love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work.
That was almost a beer burp. Did y'all catch that? That was almost a beer burp. This is Barney Rubble, Simpsons. I know I'm kind of old. It might be an old reference. Young guys, y'all might not know who that is. Let's just show Barney Rubble right quick. Not Barney Rubble? Barney from The Simpsons. I think Barney was Gumble, not Rumble, Gumble. Hey, and it's funny because when I'm looking for it on YouTube, it gives me the autocomplete of Barney Simpson's burp. Hilarious. All right. Oh, this is funny. Hold on. Let's show this one. A lot of y'all also might not know who that is. Siegfried and Roy.
Gosh, it must be exciting to live in the casino.
Yeah. You know, we're having a party tonight.
Whoa, Marge, you gotta watch out. Your little boy Bart could have been eaten by that pony.
Oh my God, Barney, thank you. I would never have forgiven myself. Now you stay put, young lady.
Oh, man, that's classic compulsive behavior. Wow, free beer!
Buddy, those are my quarters.
Oh my God.
This guy's paying off. Hey.
That's the beer burp right there. So shout out to Barney. Shout out to The Simpsons. And you know what? When I'm watching stuff like that as an adult now, I see it differently. I wouldn't have caught that joke in the beginning about going to the party. Y'all know what that was, right? That was like a Diddy party invitation. This part right here.
Live in the casino.
Yeah. You know, we're having a party tonight.
Y'all know what that was because now that I look at it, we got these dudes with they shirts off, chests out, you know, tanned and bronzed and all of that. You already know what it is. You already know what's going on with these guys. But at the time when I'm 8 years old, I don't know what's going on because I'm not worried about that. But now, seeing it with my old brain, it's clear. But anyway, Kamala almost did that. She almost did that. Can we go back a little bit?
That we are dedicated to the coalition, to bringing people together that seemingly have nothing in common, but have everything in common. A coalition where we bring people together based on a deep love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function.
See right there? I caught it. That right there, the little moment right there, that was almost a burp.
Love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work, and that we will do that work with a sense of joy, yes, with a sense of work ethic and understanding it's going to be hard, but it's good work.
The earrings are gone. We don't have the earrings anymore. We got just different, these earrings, not the same one she was wearing with the pearls and all of that. And now we can see her other side of the face. Hey, the campaign's over. No need to feed me any more answers. No need to help me out with the transmitter. I'm good. I'll wear a regular pair of earrings now. She was wearing the same earrings for months. It was obvious what was going on. Okay, let's continue here.
It's good work to be engaged in a collective fight for America's future. And it means so much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, you know, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. You put in the time. It was personal for you. And you gave all that you could to support our campaign. Because of your efforts, get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost $1.5 billion.
Now, they didn't raise that much, as far as I remember. And if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. But as far as I know, as far as what I read, you guys spent 1.4, but you still 20 million short. at least. So it wasn't quite 1.4 you raised. You raised less than what you spent. So that's not a flex to say, oh, we raised 1.4. If you raised 1.4, how are you in debt? You did not raise 1.4.
From grassroots.
And if you did raise 1.4, you shouldn't be in debt. You should have been able to take care of your campaign with that much money. Why did Trump spend $375 million and you spent $1.4 billion? Trump spent $375 million on the campaign. Kamala's campaign spent $1.4 billion and lost. It wasn't just a loss, it was a curb stomping. Trump spent almost, what's that, like almost 25% a year? Come on, man, ridiculous.
Supporters alone. The most in presidential campaign history. Nearly 8 million donors contributed an average donation of about $56.
So I'm going to pause it right there. But we dodged a bullet, a major bullet, Superman type stuff. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, just pushing bullet out the way. Stopping time and then pushing bullet out the way. That's what happened right here. That lady is who you wanted to run. Listen, people get so caught up on the race thing. Oh, well, she's a black woman. No, she's not. And even if she was, she could be African, straight West African, 100% black. So what? I don't care. It doesn't matter. We are not racist. We want the best person. Period. If the best person was a space alien, then go ahead. Hey, space alien, do your job, man. Do your job. But you need a little wetsuit or something because you got some kind of crazy skin. Hey, let's go ahead and get you that wetsuit if it'll help you do the job well. If I can continue to prosper, if I can have my guns, if I can get money, if I can keep money, if my money will be able to be spent in a way that makes sense, my dollar will go further. If I'm able to have prosperity and those around me are able to prosper, that's all that matters. I don't care about the race or the alleged race or the gender or the alleged gender of the leader. It doesn't matter. But the left keep making it be about race while at the same time accusing us of being the racist. They say, hey, you guys are racist, sexist, homophobe, but everything they do is based on race, gender, sexuality. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. It's the classic projection. I'm not doing that. You're doing that. Classic projection. Anyway, I'm getting triggered. All right. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay. Now we have the Kamala campaign blaming the loss on guess who? Guess who the Kamala campaign is going to blame this loss on? Spoiler alert, they do no introspection. But let's watch.
I would say, I mean, look, I am not media hater by any measure. And I think that, you know, we women don't get far in life talking about double standards. So that's not the point. But I do think a narrative, 107 days, 2 weeks fucked up because of a hurricane.
Sorry for that.
2 weeks talking about how she didn't do interviews, which, you know, she was doing plenty, but we were doing in our own way. We had to, you know, be the nominee, had to find a running mate and do a rollout. I mean, there was all these things that you kind of want to factor in, but real people heard in some way that we were not going to have interviews, which was both not true and also so counter to any kind of standard that was put on Trump that I think that was a problem. And then on top of that, we would do an interview, and to Stephanie's point, the questions were small and processy and about like
dumb.
They were not in.
Because, you know, she can't handle tough questions. She can't handle anything beyond C-spot run. Why would you criticize the media for giving Kamala softball questions when they gave her anything beyond that? She crumbled. Sunny hosting. Okay, Kamala, you're the vice president right now. You have been for the past 3.5 years. What are you going to do differently as president from what Joe Biden did? I don't know, nothing really. I can't think of anything really. That was an easy question. I'm not Joe Biden. I'm Kamala. They told her to do that. Start with that. Well, I'm Kamala Harris. I'm not Joe Biden. I have my own vision for the future. We're going to supercharge the economy. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Even if it's a lie, you say something like that. Don't just say, I don't know. They're giving her softball questions, and she can't even hit the softball questions. So why would you want them to give her anything beyond that? You don't give her a fastball, a changeup, a slider. Why would you do that when she can't even hit the softball? I'm talking about it's on the T-ball right there in front of her. All she got to do is swing and connect. She's right there on the actual plate. Just go like this, Kamala. Hey, just go like that. Just swing. You hit a home run. You at least make contact. You want to actually get a pitch? See, these people are dumb. And here's something else, though. Why do we have this liberal white lady talking when I was told that since Trump does not have a cabinet full of black folks that somehow I need to be offended? The same people who say something like that will not say anything about this white lady running the campaign, but whatever. Double standards are fun.
Forming a voter who was trying to listen to learn more or to understand. And I'm not here to say that the whole system was focused on us incorrectly. I'm just saying, like, again, of the things we need to explore as we move forward as a campaign and as a country, that does a disservice to voters. And, I think back and think we should have signaled more of our strategy early on about podcasts and who we were trying to reach. But we had a limited amount of time to reach the people we were trying to reach, and we were trying to go to them. But being up against a narrative that we weren't doing anything or we were afraid to have interviews is completely bullshit, and also took hold a little bit. And we just gave us another thing we had to fight back for that Trump never had to worry about.
Ma'am, you guys ducked interviews for forever. In the very first interview on CNN, okay, Kamala goes to the studios in Atlanta. I got eyes and ears in Atlanta, so I know what happens. She was in front of the studios. Her whole motorcade was in front of the CNN studios for 6 hours. Now, for that 6 hours, what was produced was, 18 minutes of her talking in a 1 hour segment? It was so bad, she had to bring Tampon Tim with her to talk and fill up some time. And they needed commercial breaks. I think it was 3 commercial breaks. Plus, they started the next segment on CNN, the next show, 10 minutes early. So they couldn't even fill up the whole hour with filler, commercials, Tim Walz, and Kamala. Meanwhile, Donald Trump goes on Joe Rogan and speaks for 3 hours. See, y'all can't do that. Kamala could have gone on Joe Rogan, but what happened was she wanted everything to be controlled and only wanted to go for an hour and all this and that and the third. But Joe's like, nah, we're not going to do that. I ain't do that for nobody. So why would I do it for you? I want to treat everybody the same. I'll give you the same opportunity I gave Trump. You could just be here, talk. Let's just have a conversation. 3 hours. I'm going to ask you questions and then you answer. But she couldn't do it. So I don't understand these people with no introspection, no accountability, zero. Now, let's go to the poll right here, okay? The poll, we got 551 votes. We almost got 600 votes actually now. Okay, so the poll, does Kamala have a drinking problem, yes or no? I'm going to go ahead, I already voted yes on that one. I'm going to let it sit for a little while longer, but I can actually close it out right now. We see what the answer is. We see what it is. Let's go ahead and close it. Okay, so 559 votes. 95% says yes, Kamala does have a drinking problem. We can see it. We really see what's going on with the drinking. All right, now let's go to Sharon Stone.
Italy has seen fascism. Italy has seen these things. You guys, you understand.
So I guess she's in Italy talking to them. Now, if you guys don't know, Sharon Stone is an actress. She was hot back in the 90s. Oh, man. Maybe 80s, but definitely 90s. Yeah, she was something else. But now I don't know what's going on. She's just kind of hating on Trump when in reality she was good friends with Trump. Okay.
what happens. You have seen this before. My country is in its adolescence. Adolescence is very arrogant. Adolescence thinks it knows everything. Adolescence is naive and ignorant and arrogant. And we are in our ignorant, arrogant adolescence. We haven't seen this before in our country. So Americans who don't travel, who 80% don't have a passport, who are uneducated, are in their extraordinary naivete.
I'm gonna pause it right there. See, this right here is an elitist point of view. Oh, you don't got a passport? Then you're nobody. Oh, well, you're not educated. You don't have this Harvard education or something. It's an elitist point of view. It's very elitist. A lot of people in this world who control the world, those who are really influential, those who are very helpful in society, we don't necessarily have these big, lofty educations that some of y'all do. And to be totally honest, a lot of the people that have these high educations, they don't have any of the common sense. You see, it's pros and cons. Just because you're highly educated does not mean you're just all the way perfect and you know everything. Okay, you know what you know as far as education, but if someone does not have that, they can be strong in other ways that you're weak. So what we need is everybody to be on the same page to work together. We need the highly intellectuals, the math nerds, the geeks. We need them to do this here. They are needed in society. Now you're going to need guys that can actually work and do things with their hands as well. They're needed in society. That guy is not always the same person. It's usually not the same person. We need both of them. We need everybody to do what they're good at in society to have society function properly. When you want to be an elitist and say, oh, because you don't have a passport and because you're not as educated as me, that means you don't know anything and you're dumb. See, the insulting does not help. What you should do is present your case without the insults. This seems to be the strategy of the left. Oh, these people are just dumb. They don't know anything. They got two teeth in their mouth. That's what they say. And you know what the funny part is? They could say all that and we still won, so it don't even matter. Okay, the two-tooth bandit with no education and don't have a passport, we're still going to dominate, so it doesn't matter. And by the way, I do have a passport. I'm educated enough. I'm educated enough to understand what's going on in the society. I don't have a big Harvard education or anything like that, but I know a little bit. I know how to read. You know, I've read quite a bit in my life. I don't wear glasses for no reason. When I was a kid, I read books for fun. I had a whole bookcase full of books. Okay, I got a whole bookcase full of books. Now, Sharon Stone and some of these people, their kids out here just doing whatever, crashing out, acting the fool, getting locked up, and I wonder why. Here's something I said, and I want to preach for a second. If you find me a black male, stone cold, stomp down liberal, I'm talking about for real liberal. Matter of fact, I want to show something right quick, but I'm not trying to attack this person. I'm going to show something right quick. And this will kind of illustrate my point that I'm going to make right now. Whenever I see a stone cold stomp down black male liberal, I don't mean the guy that just happens to vote left and he doesn't know why. I mean the guys that are really going to be in your face, acting the fool, crashing out over Kamala. Whenever I see them, they're either a senior citizen or they like sitting down to pee. This is like Magic Johnson and his son. And y'all know which son, so let's not even do that. But that's them, okay? You saw Magic out there something for Kamala Harris, and you see his son. This boy is 6'8", dressing like a Hollywood housewife or something. You understand what I'm saying? This guy is 6'8", dressing like an Instagram model, an Instagram female model, okay? A 22-year-old black girl is how his 6'8" son dresses. And you're not surprised. Look at the daddy. Look at what he's doing. Dwayne Wade, same thing. He's wearing nails, voting for Kamala, and you got a whole transgender 12-year-old boy. Okay, it's not the apple don't fall far from the tree. I promise it doesn't. So again, whenever you see Stone Cold stomp down black male liberal that's really about that'll go out there and wear a Kamala Harris t-shirt, you see what kind of fruit they produce. You see it. Okay, now hold on. I gotta show the video I want to play right quick.
Historically.
Okay. This guy, nothing against this guy. I know he's a content curator. I don't want no beef with this guy. But this video is saying how the F did Trump actually win. Now, I'm going to show you this in the beginning. You'll see what I mean. Let's stop right there. First of all, you rubbing your head. You stressed out because of the loss. You got nice, pretty, twisted hair. And look at your nails. Your nails are done. You see? Look at this. Women, ladies out there. If you go on a date and the dude comes up with this going on, this clear coat, manicured nails, I'm gonna assume he's gay. I'm gonna just assume that, because men don't do that. We don't get our nails done. You might have some guys that get manicure, pedicure, or whatever. I don't do that, but I definitely don't do this right here. Okay, find me the manly, masculine man that supports Kamala with his whole chest. I'm talking about, yeah, I vote Kamala 2024. Find me that guy. Find me the guy. It's going to be a challenge. That'll be your challenge right there, to find me that guy. Maybe a few exist, but for the most part, they're like that. And I don't want this to be about me trying to bash gay people. It's not even about that, because you could be a gay person and still be masculine. Like I said before, I got a cross-dressing uncle. This dude is 6 foot something tall, slender, looking like the new Gucci man. Not quite. He might be a little bit smaller than Guwap. But anyway, cross-dressing, right? This dude, my uncle, will completely stomp you in the wine. I'm talking about he will beat you down like it's no problem. I seen him fight my dad. My dad almost got his hind parts completely beat up. He almost got knocked out. Listen, I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I could tell this story because my dad told me before he died, he was like, look, tell all the stories. Tell everything about your granddad. Tell everything. So this is what I'm going to do. Quick story. So I'm at Granny's house in Roanoke, Virginia. And my uncle would stay with Granny. That's a long story, but he would stay with Granny. So my uncle was there, Granny, and me. Now, my dad comes to pick me up. And this is at night, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it's dark. We're all outside in front of Granny house. Dad might have been drinking a little bit. He does not like my uncle because my uncle is gay. Now, mind you, this uncle is not my dad's brother, which is a whole different story. Anyway, my dad says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just try to swing on them. My uncle did some kind of Floyd, like he did the Philly shell. Yes, he did the Philly shell. And my dad threw a bunch of punches. Boom, boom. Nothing connected. Floyd Mayweather. I swear on everything. Floyd Mayweather. And I saw him do something right quick. And then the fight was over. I was like, man, look. Don't let that gay stuff fool you, man. They will completely whoop you up. Like, and you know what? I have a philosophy. Don't fight anybody. I ain't gonna put my hands on nobody. But definitely don't fight a gay dude if you don't know how to fight. Because if you're getting stomped out by a guy wearing some high heels and he's 6'11" or something crazy like that, you can't live that down. Moral of the story is, it's not even about nobody being gay that votes for Kamala. They're just soft. They're soft and they're weak as men. That's all. My uncle, the cross-dresser, who I saw dressed up, okay, with water balloons for breasts, that dude is 100 times more masculine than the guy right there we just saw on the screen. 100%. And the guy had a wedding ring on. He probably married to a woman, but he's soft, though. He's weak. He's a coward. So, message is, don't be like him. Be a man. Anyway, I digress. Hey, Floyd Mayweather out there on the street. It was crazy. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. We got a lot more. Let's get into Fauci. There's a documentary called Thank You, Dr. Fauci, and it reveals truth about him. But I've not seen this trailer yet. Check it out.
Beginning, the lines were drawn. I said this virus came from the lab. Tony said I was wrong. I was only the head of CDC until I got iced out. was told it was the White House. I don't buy that.
There was a cover.
Why would we trade the Chinese the most advanced biotechnology in the world?
He's a spy.
It's insane.
I don't think this is going to be foolproof. Things are going to slip through.
Fauci knew and lied repeatedly.
So that's coming out. New documentary coming out. But here we have 17,000 physicians and scientists from around the world agree that COVID-19 vaccinations are dangerous and harmful. 17,000 of them. Now, where is the media at for this? Where is the media at? Didn't we say that this was going to be dangerous from the beginning? I had no intentions on ever getting the vaccination, ever. I've never had a flu shot, ever. The last time I had any kind of vaccinations was when I was like maybe a kid. I'm not sure what grade I was in. I'm thinking elementary school, for sure. I've not had any vaccinations since then. And guess what? I'm alive.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to myself and my colleagues today, speaking to you from the heart about what we've observed and what we're recommending as the Global COVID Summit team of over 17,000 physicians and scientists from all over the world. We declare, and the data confirm, that the COVID-19 experimental genetic therapy injections must end. We must acknowledge that the COVID-19 genetic injections cause far more harm than good and provide zero benefit relative to risk for the young and healthy. They do not reduce COVID-19 infection, which is treatable and not terminal. Furthermore, the most recent data demonstrates that you are more likely to become infected or have disease or even death if you've been vaccinated compared to the unvaccinated people. This is shocking to hear, but it is what the data are showing us. The data now show that these experimental gene therapy treatments can damage your children as well as yourself. They can damage your heart, your brain, your reproductive tissue, and your lungs. This can include permanent damage and disablement of your immune system. We strongly recommend that these products down in the future be regulated as the gene therapy products that they are, and require public involvement of the FDA's gene therapy scientists and committees in reviewing and approving these drugs. We believe that it's necessary to reestablish the 5-year minimum FDA testing period and to cease the emergency use authorization and require full FDA licensure of all novel medical products used for COVID-19. We also strongly recommend that there be investigations of the actual causes of death and damage to millions who have been subjected to these mandatory mRNA and adenoviral vector gene therapy injections.
Now, remember when this man right here, Robert Malone, a few years ago, as I played in the other video about the guy that spilled the beans, a few years ago, he was called a liar by Washington Post. You couldn't post anything that he was saying against the narrative about COVID-19 vaccinations being safe and all this and that. Remember that? Remember when you posted anything about this, similar to this, you were banned on social media, you might lost your job, all of that behind that. But we knew from the beginning that what he was saying was true. We knew from the beginning that the vaccination could be dangerous. Well, I don't want to call it a vaccination. I don't know what that thing is, really. If it doesn't prevent transmission, like it does not prevent transmission at all, then what does it really do? I thought a vaccination prevented transmission. If you get a vaccination and it does not prevent transmission, it is a therapeutic like cough syrup. But last time I checked, some Dimetapp or Robitussin is not as dangerous as this shot is. Getting blood clots, myocarditis, pericarditis, etc. Listen, my doctor, hold on, same thing. Crystal Blue says, my doctor quit because they wanted to vax her and she said no. Listen, my doctor, my primary care physician, as I said before, he was in the Navy for 20 years and he got out. He retired because he got tired of seeing these young, healthy 18-year-old men get recruited, get ready to hop on the boat. They get the shot, and then in 2 weeks they're in the hospital with a heart problem. He got tired of seeing it. He got tired of being part of that. He got tired of trying to fight against it and getting nowhere. So he just said, you know what? I'm out. After 20 years in the Navy, I'm out. And my doctor said, don't get this. You don't need this. You're healthy. You're not, you're totally fine. And even if you weren't necessarily healthy, it's not going to really help you. The main thing, you know what? Check this out. They say that you're at risk for COVID-19, or at least they did. I'm not sure what it is now. But they said you were at risk for COVID-19 if you had comorbidities like diabetes and obesity. Things you can treat. You got type 2 diabetes and you 1,000 pounds, you could just lose weight and get in shape. That'll make you better in general. Because if you don't catch the C19 virus, you could still die from being a big back. You could die from being 1,000 pounds. So maybe the main thing is get healthy, have a good, healthy life, and you don't got to worry about having comorbidities. So you don't need the vaccination. You see? It's as simple as that. So the whole vaccine thing was a mess from the beginning. Now, let's get to my man right here.
What do you think?
Let's get to my man working at the NIH.
Think about the NIH now that you were working there.
Probably shouldn't be saying this out loud. They might have funded a lab in Wuhan, China, to make COVID. And Pfizer and Moderna are just getting a bunch of money from it, from all these vaccine mandates.
Roger Cholin is with the National Institute of Health.
For other vaccines, like measles or whatever, you have to go through several rounds of approval, but these were accelerated through the approvals.
Do you think that the mRNA stuff is safe? It's really affected people with the myocarditis stuff?
I think we're all going to learn when it's too late.
I think that's important. The lack of effectiveness of the vaccine product.
Like the 6-foot rule. Remember that? That wasn't based on any.
We know all that was BS. The 6-foot rule, all this stuff was dumb. The funniest thing was the restaurant stuff where you put on the mask to go in the restaurant and you sit down and take it off. I mean, some of these things, trust the science. The science in this case did not make common sense. Can we run these scientific things through a common sense detector? Just maybe. Okay, you got on cowboy boots. You've been out in the field, out in the farm, and you stepped into a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these plastic bags on your cowboy boots when you come in the restaurant. But when you sit down, take the plastic bags off, and you don't got to put them back on until you leave. So you could be walking around, going to the bathroom, going to the bar, talking to people with the boots off and traipsing around the dirt in the restaurant. But make sure when you leave the restaurant, put the slippers back on your boots so you don't get the dirt everywhere. It's like, well, I've been walking around the restaurant for 2 hours, getting my dirt all over the restaurant. I done Rick James the whole couch. See, that's common sense coming into play, right? That was how I felt about the whole mask thing.
Any real evidence that did anything. It was completely made up.
Well, what do you think? What happened with being real with Tim?
Roger then brings up politics, talks about which political party he prefers and what would happen to him and NIH under an incoming Trump administration.
I think it would be worse for the NIH. I think it would be better for a Democrat to be in office. We sometimes fly under the radar of the really street guys. I don't think it would impact me. I don't think I have too much to worry about. That's not recording, right?
This guy knew that he might be recorded, but he still said what he said. So here's my thing. If you knew you could be recorded, then why would you make up stories that will look negative on you and your company? Why would you make up stuff like that? It doesn't make any sense. You're not going to do that. What he said was what we already knew. We already know that the vax didn't really do anything. Ain't no point in getting the shot. Let me play a little bit more, then I'll move on to the next thing. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously.
Now that you were working there, obviously lots of conspiracies about my cousin is
about Fauci?
Conspiracy.
Well, I don't. So I'm not. Probably shouldn't be like saying this out loud. I haven't gotten the latest COVID shots, and I'm not going to. There's mixed evidence about if it really does anything.
I haven't gotten the latest COVID shots, and I'm not going to. There's mixed evidence whether it does anything or not. We know it doesn't stop the transmission. We know there's crazy side effects. We know all that. And what kind of vaccine you got to get every year? Like, what is that all about? Again, never had a flu shot, and I'm not going to get the brand new flu shot called the COVID-19 vaccination. Remember SARS when that came out? SARS, back in the day, it was similar to COVID-19 and how it was like this big thing that was going to delete everybody. But we didn't shut down, so if we ain't wearing masks, we weren't about life as normal, and we made it. I promise we made it. Swine flu, bird flu, all these different flus, we ain't shut down the whole world. I think what happened was we saw them China videos and it looked kind of crazy. But the thing about China, it's a different kind of people. They may not have natural immunity to things that we have natural immunity to. So when they get hit with this coronavirus from this lab, it hit them like a ton of bricks. But us, it wasn't really like that. With us, it was like, okay, if you're 1,000 pounds or you're 100 years old, maybe you're going to be impacted. But everybody else is fine. All right. Now, here we have Anna Kasparian. We got to give her a MAGA hat. Shout out to Young Turks, TYT. Jank, I'm going to say his name right from now on. Jank Uger. Let's give Anna a MAGA hat, shall we?
And certain reversals of Trump-era immigration policies, which at the time I didn't give Trump credit for because he wasn't really applauded for it. And I didn't realize that, the Remain in Mexico policy was actually very successful. And Biden reversing it did lead to the crisis at the border that ended up being a political liability that backed him up into a corner. And suddenly he's hitting up Republicans in the Senate, asking them to write legislation that Republicans would like. So there are some flaws on the left for sure. And I think it's important to be real about those flaws. And
so Anna, I mean, just put the MAGA hat on. Every single day, I'm seeing people just, I'm seeing people just make the next step, the next step into being more rational. Now, FEMA's had problems. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. There's local news out here where I live where they're talking about there were 500 families approved for homes from FEMA out in North Carolina where Hurricane Helene hit. 500 homes because, again, Hurricane Helene wiped out entire towns. No job to go back to, no home to go back to, no community to go back to, no nothing. 500 families were approved to get homes, but there's only been 15 delivered so far out of the 500. Now, I don't know how long this whole process takes, but I do know that we give Ukraine billions of dollars. I think maybe if we didn't give them one of their payments, if we just delayed one of Ukraine's payment shipments, we could put that, $20 billion into North Carolina to rebuild that back up. If we're going to give the money out, why would we give it to a foreign power instead of our citizens that need it? I ain't talking about handouts, just, hey, give me something. I'm talking about building the community back up, disaster relief, build the business back, build some of these homes, or at least shelter for a little while, something. But let's watch this.
In addition, FEMA confirmed 65 more travel trailers and manufactured homes were approved and are being built. That wave is expected to have residents living in them by the beginning of 2025, and they say that won't be the end.
Is as many as needed.
We asked FEMA if they face misinformation like this when dealing with previous disasters in other states. They say every disaster is unique.
And whatever the circumstances are and however they unfold, it's going to take on a personality of its own. There's probably a legitimate reason to have distrust.
But instead of trusting the rumor mill, they hope North Carolina residents will trust them.
Please find the information on FEMA.gov. Don't ask your neighbor. We manage disasters. So we have some experience doing this.
Yes, you do. Like Hurricane Katrina. I remember that. I remember that very well. When Kanye came out there, George Bush will care about. I remember that very well. There's a track record. Also, there's a track record of you guys being discriminatory. Recently, when you had a lady that said she didn't want to go to Trump supporters' houses. Okay, you're in a disaster area and they're canvassing, and if you got a Trump supporter sign in front of your house, they don't want to deal with you. And they said the reason is because there was a pattern from Trump supporters of being hostile and violent. Now, that same thing can be said about particular races of people. Now, if you decide to not go to a black person's house because they might be violent or whatever, now we're being racist, not being discriminatory. It's the same thing when we're talking about Trump supporters. I might be in my house chilling and I want you guys to come in, but because you're going to judge me before you even get to know me, you're not going to go to my house? Yes, you guys have a track record, and it's not a very good one.
I bet your neighbor doesn't have that experience.
Now, while at least 500 people have been approved for housing, FEMA says they're still accepting applications for travel trailers, manufactured homes, and other leasing options. The deadline to apply for FEMA assistance is extended to January 7th. Information on how to do so is in this story.
Americans are not satisfied with the response from the government when it comes to natural disasters. We're just not satisfied with it. And at this point, I think we just need to understand they're not really going to be there for you. They're not really going to be there for you. They're not really going to assist you in your time of need. So what I advise everybody to do is become a prepper, at least a little bit. Have some food, have some water, have some propane, have a generator, have some supplies to get you through. A solar panel to get a little bit of power to your cell phone. Okay, have some weapons and ammunition. Have some things to be able to last a while without help from the government. You can help your neighbors. Have some power tools. Maybe they don't require electricity. Have some things that will help you in a time of need. You know, people talking about preppers, they say it in kind of a pejorative. They say, oh, you guys are just tinfoil hat wearers living in the basement. Nah, I just know that the government is not going to be there for me when I need them. It's like trying to call the police during the home invasion. Well, the police can get there at a certain point, but you got a home invasion going on right now. So what are you going to do until the police get there? You got to protect yourself in that situation. The same thing, natural disaster, anything like that. You got to do for yourself. You can't rely upon the government. And the thing is, we pay them so much money in taxes at gunpoint, basically. If we don't pay, we get locked up. So let me get this straight. I got to pay taxes to the federales and to the state sometimes. Not in Tennessee, no state tax, but anyway. I got to pay my taxes to the federales. And if I don't pay it, y'all going to lock me up. But with my tax money, I can't get help from you when there's a natural disaster. However, Ukraine can get help to fight this war that ain't never going to end because we keep egging it on. It doesn't make any sense. This is why we don't like FEMA, what they're doing. And we also don't like what's happening with Ukraine. The Democratic Party, for some reason, seemed to want to back FEMA up in this situation. And they want to talk about how good Ukraine is and how bad Vladimir Putin is. Okay, that's fine. Vladimir Putin's a bad guy. He's a KGB thug, whatever. He's a white man. Okay, great, cool. But how about this? How about we don't give taxpayer money to that? How about that? He could be a bad guy all he wants, but let's not pay for that. And that's the problem. That's why we don't like them. Part of the reason, at least. But I'm triggered, so I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okie dokie, where we at? Where are we at? Oh, my man, this right here. Oh, man, Yemi Mobilade, the mayor of Colorado Springs. Do we have any Colorado Spring people in the building? Any Colorado citizens? Anyone from there? Anybody been there? Oh, man, did y'all vote for Yemi? A Nigerian scammer, a legit Nigerian scammer. My brother, I am so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed for you. How could you do this to us? I believed in you, my friend. All right, let's watch.
federal indictment outlines communications between then mayoral candidate Yemi Mobolade and one of the men accused of concocting a hate crime hoax prior to the 2023 runoff election.
The court documents run through 5 separate contacts between suspect Derek Bernard and Mobolade, beginning with a Facebook message from Bernard to Mobolade 10 days before a cross was set on fire in front of a Mobolade campaign sign that had the N-word spray painted on it.
Listen, this cross is so puny. The most pathetic cross burning ever. Look, if you're going to do a cross burning, do it for real. All right. Do a real. I need the Mississippi burning. I need that big cross right in the front yard, 15 foot tall. I need something humongous in the front yard. Plunk that down, set it on fire. That's what I need. This little puny baby cross. Come on, man. The N-word. Look, I never saw this when it happened. If I saw this right when the story broke in 2023, I would have said immediately it's fake. Nobody does this anymore. Nobody does this anymore. Ain't nobody doing no cross burning. This ain't 1935. It might have happened back then, but not in 2024. Ain't nobody doing that. These guys, these racist guys ain't even got that kind of strength to do something like that. Or listen, the supply of outward racism is so low in this country, from the white man to the black man. You got to export the job. You got to get migrants to be racist in place of the white man. That's crazy. In this case, you got a Nigerian guy living in America who became the mayor, who staged this to help him win. Because, you know, one thing white liberals love is black folks being the victim. Oh, they love that. They eat that for breakfast. I put up with a biscuit. Oh, they love it. Okay, that's what's going on here. That's why they did this. And the other case involving the outsourcing, you got Juicy Smollett with the Nigerians. You found the biggest, blackest, most Africanist dudes in Chicago, Illinois, to pretend to be white Trump supporters and racists and white supremacists. Is that what we're going to do? Whenever you see something like that, a noose or a cross burning from 100 years ago in 2024, automatically assume it's fake.
In front of a Mobolade campaign sign that had the N-word spray painted on it. According to court documents, that initial message from Bernard read, quote, "I'm mobilizing my squadron in defense and for the final push. Black Ops style, Big Brother, the Klan cannot be allowed to run this city again."
Bernard then texted Mobolade on April 23rd in response to a message about needing support to get to the finish line. A 5-minute phone call was also shared prior to the election.
So it's clear that they're conspiring to do this. They indicted the guy that did the cross burning, the black guy. Hold on. That's him right there on the right with the dreads and the beard. This guy's black. If he's white, then I can't tell. Black American, obviously. This guy's Nigerian. Now, the guy that did the cross burning is in jail because of that. But Mobolade has not been indicted. And by the way, this is a federal indictment. The reason why that I read he has not been indicted, the mayor, is because they didn't want to indict the first black mayor of Colorado Springs. Yes, they did say that. They did not want to indict the first black mayor of Colorado Springs. That's what Biden's DOJ said, because, again, it's a federal indictment. This is ridiculous. It's like, sir, first of all, you're not us. You're not a black American. So when I don't like the whole first black, because really that was first coined during the time of integration. It was getting away from slavery. Like, my great grandfather was the first black school teacher in Roanoke, Virginia. The very first, when integration hit. That's a real first black thing. Not this guy coming from Nigeria and scamming his way to become the mayor. Oh, I'm the first black mayor of Colorado Springs. No, you're the first Nigerian scammer of Colorado Springs. This is what you are. Let's not do this whole trying to appropriate my heritage. Let's not do that. All right. I'm triggered, but let me continue.
In a statement writing, that incident during my campaign led to a very traumatic time for my family, my campaign team, and our community. My knowledge and interaction with Bernard.
That incident during my campaign led to a very traumatic time for my family, my campaign team, and our community. My knowledge and interaction with Bernard was as a local media guy. He's a media guy. I don't know him. I don't know where he came from. Sir, y'all got text messages and all of that. Y'all got text, probably on WhatsApp. Y'all love WhatsApp. Probably on WhatsApp all day, texting back and forth. They got you. The feds got the text, man. The feds have the text. Listen, if I don't know somebody, I ain't going to be texting them back and forth, calling them on their phone. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not going to do it.
Was as a local media personality.
He goes on to say, I was not.
And I was not aware at the time that he was suspected of a crime. I did not know he was a criminal. I did not know he was a criminal. I do not be around criminals, okay? Okay, I don't like criminals. I appreciate local, federal, and law enforcement work in pursuing justice and sending a message that we will not tolerate such reprehensible behavior. That's what he said. So that's your man right there. That's your Nigerian scammer mayor of Colorado Springs. You know who I blame? Silly white liberals that wanted to feel bad because they thought he was a black victim and black folks, but there ain't nobody black in Colorado Springs. It's like 5% black. Okay, it's the liberals that did this. I blame y'all for doing that. Okay, moral of the story. If you want to elect somebody, let it be about policy rather than skin color and being the victim. Let it be about that. You know what? I can't say it for certain, but I'm pretty sure the whole cross-burning thing made him win. That happened right before the election. It was a big story out there in Colorado Springs. And then next thing you know, boom, he becomes the mayor. It's a mess. But again, shout out to the Nigerians. Anybody West African, you can see my face. Y'all know I'm one of y'all. Don't even do that. Y'all know I'm one of y'all a little bit. Y'all are my distant cousins. If we go to the barbecue, we'll have a lot in common. You ain't even gonna know it. All right. Now, this is, speaking about Colorado, we got the mayor of Denver, the big boy. We have Mike Johnston talking about he would go to the penitentiary to make big rocks to little to block Trump's mass deportation. And this question you're going to see is a follow-up to what he said in a written interview on the Denverite. And the Denverite, he was threatening Tiananmen Square if the federales came to try and deport Denver residents who might be illegal aliens. Tiananmen Square, sir, that is called inciting a riot, insurrectionist behavior. But I guess it's okay to be an insurrectionist if you're a leftist. It's totally fine. We saw it during 2016 and 2020. Black Lives Matter, Antifa. We ain't forget about that. They think that we have short memories. They're talking about, oh, if Trump gets elected, there won't be any more elections. Well, I don't have the best memory in the world. I'm not an elephant over here. Okay. I'm not an elephant, but I remember we already had Trump for 4 years from 2016 or 2017 to 2021. And somehow we had an election this year. Somehow we had midterms during Trump's time. So I'm trying to figure out how this one guy is just going to stop elections from happening when he didn't do it when he was already the president the first time. I don't get it. How does it make any sense? Now let's watch this. This is the mayor of Denver, Mike Johnston.
I would certainly protest it, and I would expect other residents would do the same.
Trump's new borders czar Tom Homan has said that he is willing to arrest leaders like yourself for standing in the way of these policies that they want to enact. Would you be willing to go to jail for these things?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of that. And I'm also not seeking that. I think the goal is we want to be able to negotiate with reasonable people how to solve hard problems. Republican and Democratic presidents in the past have all tried to find solutions to these problems. President Reagan helped people get access to work so they could stay and support themselves. Biden and Harris worked on restricting entry at the border to close down. There are a lot of ways to approach this problem. We don't think it has to come to this. But yeah, I think when you look at, Ralph Carr has always been one of my heroes. He was the governor who in the middle of the internment of Japanese Americans said this was the wrong thing to do. and he stood up. It was unpopular. People were mad at him about it. That was in the middle of wartime. If the president or any of his actors are going to do things that we think are illegal or immoral or un-American, we'll stand up against them.
Immoral? So you are trying to justify this whole thing by saying, well, I don't believe in what he's doing morally, so I'm going to just do whatever I want and buck against him. All right, that kind of seems to be what's going on right here. Again, this is your mayor in Denver, Mike Johnston, threatening insurrectionist type of activity. Oh, we don't want to do it. We want to avoid that. If I say something like that on TV, then they want to put me in the penitentiary and call me an insurrectionist. They want to lock me up for saying something like that, but a guy like that is fine. It's totally fine. Now, here we go, Rand Paul saying what will happen if he did something like that.
That the mayor of Denver, if he's going to resist federal law, which there's a long-standing history of the supremacy of federal law, if he's going to resist that, it will go all the way to the Supreme Court. And I would suspect that he would be removed from office. I don't know whether or not there'd be a criminal prosecution for someone resisting federal law, but he will lose. And people need to realize that what he is offering is a form of insurrection, where the states resist the federal government. Most people objected to that and rejected that long ago. So I think the mayor of Denver is on the wrong side of history, and really, I think will face legal ramifications if he doesn't obey the federal law. That the mayor of Denver,
shout out to Rand Paul. I've been a friend of Rand Paul for forever. I like Rand Paul a lot. Now, for president, maybe not so much, but for something, whatever it is, a high level, I like Rand Paul a lot. I don't want Rand Paul to go anywhere. Rand Paul is great. Shout out to him. Now, speaking about other great politicians, we got Tom Homan, the incoming border czar, and we have the the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. Check it out.
Tom,
and RIP to the headphone users. Let's check it out.
You heard this mayor out there in Colorado. I want to get your reaction to it, and I want you to be clear about who has jurisdiction, the federal government or state and local governments. And if you're a sanctuary state or city, are you breaking the law?
You're absolutely breaking law. All you have to do is look at Arizona versus U.S. You'll see these breaking law. But look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. Because there's a statute. It's Title 8 United States Code 1324 III. And what it says is, it's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, President Trump's been clear. We want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on in Denver, but we're going to go and we're going to fix it. If you don't want to fix it, if you don't want to protect his communities, President Trump and ICE will.
There you go. Shout out to Tom Homan. Very well said. Very, very well said. Shout out to him. That's what we need. You know, I mean, what was the previous border czar? Kamala Harris? Kamala does nothing. Like, it's not even a matter of not wanting to do anything with the border. She doesn't do anything. She's just a bump on the log. DEI hire at best. And somebody might get offended when I say that, but who was the person that said he's going to hire a black woman and did it? Shouldn't it be about, I'm going to hire the best person to be the vice president? Why has it got to be about a race and gender? When you say stuff like that and then somebody says, oh, you're a DEI hire, you can't even say nothing about it because that's what your man said about you. Your guy said that about you. Okay, let's keep on rocking and rolling here. Oh, this was great from Scott Pressler. Shout out to Scott Pressler. If you guys don't know Scott Pressler, he does a lot of voter registration. So he goes to places and get people to sign up to vote. He was in Pennsylvania a lot. He was in Amish country a lot, getting a lot of people on the voter registration rolls. So let's check it out. He was interviewed by CNN and he handled it like a champ.
I noticed that when you urge people to action,
yes,
you often include the word
peacefully.
Is that to avoid another Jan 6 type incident?
With all due respect, it's to avoid people like you guys saying that I'm anything but. My motto is to just be super cute, have my data and facts, treat everyone with love and respect, and as you can see, an army of people will follow.
I know.
Now, shout out to Scott Pressler. Now, yes, he is LGBT, but Scott is a super, I don't care nothing about the LGBT or whatever. That couldn't make it, I couldn't care less. This guy right here does a lot for the movement. So, hey. An amazing dude, Pete. An amazing dude. He's real tall. I met him in real life. Very nice guy when you meet him. He's like 6'5". Real tall dude. So yeah, shout out to him. And that answer that he gave was great. Saying, hey, well, I gotta worry about y'all wanting to keep putting out these narratives about me. So I'm gonna just say, hey, peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. So when you try to say I'm trying to start stuff, I say, nope, I'm always about being peace. I'm always about being love. That's it. So you can't say anything else about me. Also, he's LGBT, so you're going to have those that want to champion for LGBT all the time, then speak against him. So it's like, well, I thought that you guys were in favor of the LGBT, but now you're not because he thinks differently politically. Okay, there you go. Yeah, don't fight him. Hey, don't fight that dude. He will beat you. Scott Preston will beat you completely down. Okay. Another guy that you don't want to fight, Lady MAGA, the real tall drag queen that's a conservative. He'll beat you down. He will beat you completely down. He's real tall. He's like about the same size as Scott Pressler. These wrestlers out here, they're biggest wrestlers out here, man. You don't want to do that to yourself. But anyway, let's go to CNN.
The impulse to restrict speech.
I don't know what's up with these guys wearing cowboy hats on the set. I think Van Lathan had on the cowboy hat, and this guy's wearing the cowboy hat. I don't know what's going on. I think CNN is trying to just revamp what they do. They're doing these roundtable discussions that have different points of view there. But like I said, they still got to get the triple OG. They got to get me on these panels. Again, Abby, whoever is going to be in charge of getting the panel together, I drive down there. Ain't nothing but an hour and a half. I scoot on down there, park my truck right in front of CNN. Okay. Park my truck right in front of CNN and hop out and go ahead and do what I got to do with no cowboy hat.
The impulse to restrict speech is a slippery slope, but a dangerous one. More speech is better.
Is it really? Okay. But do you think so you actually think that X is the place of free speech?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would argue otherwise. Is it not?
Okay.
I think before he took it over, it was not a great place for conservatives, and now it's a great place for everybody. The impulse to restrict speech is
exactly 100%. Very well said. And that is Carrie Champion. Is that Carrie? Yes, that's Carrie Champion. Yeah. I almost got confused, but yeah, that's her. All right. So yeah, shout out to, who was that? Scott Jennings. Shout out to Scott Jennings. Oh, this was funny. Speaking about the media and whatnot. So Axios, the new Axios CEO, had a little bit of a meltdown because Elon said that you and we are the new media. When we're on social media, we're on Twitter, we're on wherever we are the new media. I've been able to talk about certain stories here and predict the outcome that the media didn't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, or the media said something different about, and then we come back 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, and whatever we said, not just me, but whatever all of us said came true. And the mainstream media was caught yet again making up a story, pushing the false narrative. They get caught over and over and over and over and over again doing this. They abuse the cachet they built up over the years. They built a CNN up. They built an MSNBC up. They built all these stations up only to use them as propaganda arms, and the propaganda is obvious. Therefore, we are saying, you know what, no more. Let's go online and talk to these guys, see what they got going on, and we're able to find real information there. So here's the CEO of Axios raging against that. But he has, again, no personal accountability, no introspection. It's all about trying to blame somebody else.
Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying like, we are the media, you are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media. You having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody. Whoa. First of all, I've got to say, extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do. Or if social media, people lying every day, every hour, every minute about the news. What you do matters. What the New York Times does matters. What the Wall Street Journal does matters. What Jonathan Lemire does matters. What the Financial Times does matters. What NBC News and MSNBC reporters do matters. It matters.
Now, I know you want us to really believe that, Joe. You want us to believe it. You're kind of fake passionate about it. I get it. You're trying to save your job. You're trying to preserve your job. But you guys are losing credibility. Listen, you are the mainstream media. You have the media. You are the dominant force. But your own actions are making you become less dominant. It's a self-inflicted wound. It's your fault. Don't blame us. Don't blame, because listen, Elon Musk can say whatever he wants to say about we're the new media. He can say whatever he wants, but if there's no truth to his statement, if what he says doesn't ring true, first of all, y'all don't talk about it, because why would you talk about everybody that says anything? If I get on the internet and say that I'm the media, we're the new media, the old school media sucks, you're not going to do a statement about ABL talking about we're the new media. But Elon Musk says something that gets a lot of attention and people agree with it. Therefore, you got to try to counteract it. But how you really go about that is being a real place of real news. You don't go about it by trying to attack him. That ain't going to work, because the people believe him. So attacking and insulting, as Sharon Stone and many others did, that's not a good strategy. Just be better. Be better. Revamp. Go back to the lab. Figure it out. Come back and then try it again. Now, speaking about things that were once a thing that are no longer a thing, DEI policies are leaving. They're out of here. Walmart is the latest place where DEI is going away. And if you guys don't know what that means, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is a thing done in workplaces mostly, where they try to, make everybody feel at home and welcome, and they try to hire people because of this. I hate that so much, man. And I hate it when I get asked a question about, oh, well, why aren't there more black people in Trump's cabinet? As I said before, I don't care if Trump's cabinet is 100% white. It doesn't really matter, because they are there to do a job. That's it. If their job is done well, that's all that matters. I don't care nothing about the race, gender, nothing. Somebody's LGBT. Okay, cool. You're LGBT, but you are the Secretary of Treasury. Can we get the money back in our pocket? Can we get things back on track? If you can't do that job, you're out. I don't care nothing about your identity. That's how I feel. But some, they love that DEI. They love being represented. They don't care about actually getting money. To a lot of people, they would pick Kamala Harris because they think she's black, although she's not. They would pick her over Trump because they think she's black. It doesn't matter if her policies suck and they're going to be worse off under her. This is not logical thinking. But let's watch this. This is on CNN about Walmart ditching DEI.
Conservatives fighting back against corporate DEI may have scored their biggest victory yet. Walmart, the nation's largest private employer, just announced it is rolling back its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives amid outcries over so-called corporate wokeism and claims that DEI is more divisive than inclusive. Walmart says it's ending racial equity training programs for staff, evaluating programs designed to increase supplier diversity, reviewing funding of pride events, and removing sexual or transgender products marketed to children. Now, Walmart defends the move, saying, quote, "We have been on a journey and know we aren't perfect, but every decision comes from a place of wanting to foster a sense of belonging." Other companies making similar moves. They include Harley-Davidson, Tractor Supply, and John Deere. Conservatives fighting back against.
Hey, I love it. I love it. These things are going away. You know, a lot of these things, the DEI stuff, a lot of that stuff didn't start until George Floyd. I mean, there was other things going on, you know, affirmative action. I'm talking about DEI specifically. That was a George Floyd thing. Remember, you had to put certain signs in front of your shop to prevent from getting looted from people. It was a mess, man. Like, George Floyd, that whole thing was crazy, man. A dope fiend dies. It happens, man. It's unfortunate, but it happens all the time. 100,000 deaths we had in this country because of opioids in 1 year. 1 year. Do you guys know that at one point there was like less than 5,000 deaths from drug overdoses in this country in a year? Recently, like in the 90s or something like this. It wasn't that much. It wasn't that big of a thing. But ever since fentanyl came into power, oh man, that fentanyl taking it over. That dude on the plane, Narcan. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. Now, CNN still, they have to admit that Americans, they like the new administration. They like it.
Take a look here. President Trump's transition net approval. You go back to November of 2016. Look at this. It was just at plus 1 point. Just at plus 1 point. That is well below the historical norm. Look at where we are today. Significantly higher. Plus 18 points. That's 17 points higher on the presidential transition net approval rating. The bottom line is this. If 8 years ago Americans were lukewarm on Donald Trump, at this particular point, they're giving him much more the benefit of the doubt. A lot more Americans are in love with this transition. This much more meets the historical norms where normally presidents get that boost coming out of their victory. And what we're seeing here is Donald Trump's presidential transition is getting a thumbs up, and dare I say, 2 thumbs up from the American people.
And, you know, we're still on the appointment phase at this point, but it does give insight to sort of where this team is thinking to lead some of these key departments, of course. I mean, but how do people feel about the prospects of his presidency, given the context of some of these picks?
Yeah, it's not just that they like what Donald Trump is doing right now. They're optimistic for the future. So, again, let's compare ourselves now versus where we were 8 years ago. And what you see 8 years ago, 53% of Americans were scared or concerned, the majority towards the upcoming Trump term. Look at where we are now. The shoe is on the other foot. 53% of Americans are excited or optimistic. It's flip-flop, where a narrow majority 8 years ago were scared or concerned about the upcoming Trump term. Now what we see is that the majority is excited or optimistic about the Trump term. So what we're just seeing is very different numbers from where we were 8 years ago. 8 years ago, folks really were not that in love with the Trump transition. Now they are, and more than that, looking forward to the upcoming Trump term. 8 years ago, the majority were scared or concerned. Now the majority are excited or optimistic.
So there we go. Even CNN, they're telling you, hey, Americans, they like the transition. They're not afraid. They're not scared. We're excited. We're energized, motivated. That's a fantastic thing. Even more than 2016 when it was a big phenomenon. All right, now I'm going to play one more. This is the whole thing with Gavin Newsom. All right, so check it out. All right, I think I already said what happened. Gavin Newsom is proposing the EV tax credit because he thinks that Trump may come in and repeal it, because I think there's an EV tax credit on the federal level, $7,500 for EV tax credit. So California wants to revive their EV tax credit program, but they're going to exclude Tesla. And the reasoning that they gave is that, we have market share caps in the proposal. So if you have a certain percentage of the market, you're not going to be included. But it's dumb because there's nobody anywhere close to Tesla as far as market share. Tesla has declined in sales in California, although they're still the king. At one point, they were like 63% of the market. Now, 55% of the market in California specifically, as far as the total number of sales in the first 3 quarters of 2024, 55%. The next highest car companies, you have, I think it was, it might have been Mercedes and BMW, one of those. Foreign companies, no American. And they were both like right around 5% of the market. So why are you going to put market caps when there's nobody even close at all to Tesla? You can say the market cap is 6%, knowing nobody is at 6 and nobody's at anywhere close to that. You see what I'm saying? It's stupid. But the reason why they did this is to attack Elon. But it's self-defeating because, listen, California wants 100% of the new cars sold by 2035 in the state to be electric. Let me say that one more time. California wants 100% all of the new cars sold in the state to be electric by 2035. So if you're going to give a tax credit benefit of $7,500, then why would you exclude the biggest electric vehicle manufacturer and the only EV manufacturer in California? You got American made, the most cars, but no tax credit. The incentive is to reduce Tesla's market cap in California. This is a communist tactic, a 100% communist tactic, but no surprise for California. No surprise. Communist, petty, and it's dumb, expensive, and it won't really be a benefit to Californians. It'll only be a benefit to Gavin Newsom and his ego.
Would Tesla be
RIP to the headphone users? Good grief. RIP to the headphone users.
Excluded from California's zero emissions vehicle tax credit? That's a question many are now asking after Governor Newsom's announcement yesterday.
Yeah, the governor said that he'll try to resurrect the state's rebate for people who buy zero emission vehicles if the Trump administration gets rid of it. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala is getting the facts on how this would affect Tesla and other car makers.
Right. Would Tesla be completely excluded? We're learning tonight that's to be determined. Would the exclusion be politically motivated? Officials tell us no. Governor Newsom made this announcement proposing the possible reboot of the EV tax credit in a lengthy press release on Monday. That press release made no mention of excluding Tesla or any other car manufacturer in this proposal. This idea needs approval from the legislature, and the governor's office did not provide any other details, including how much the credits could be and who would be eligible. But every single little detail would be negotiated between lawmakers and the governor, plus the public and interest groups as part of the typical lawmaking or budgeting process in California. So then where is this speculation coming from that Tesla would be excluded? Well, the governor is proposing to set a market cap on which vehicles are eligible for the tax credit. The market cap, again, is still to be determined and negotiated. We have no idea what it could be. There is an assumption that Tesla could possibly be excluded because it dominates the market. Tesla models Y and 3 are the best-selling electric vehicles in California, according to the latest data from AutoLook. Newsom's office tells us other vehicles could also be excluded based on a potential market cap. According to several automotive publishers, other best-selling EVs include the Chevy Bolt, Hyundai Ioniq, and Volkswagen ID4. Again, not saying they would be excluded, but those are other popular cars that may or may not be affected by any market cap. In a statement, Governor Newsom's spokesman Daniel Villaseñor said, if the incoming president decides to attack the auto industry as they continue to innovate, save consumers at the pump, and clean our air, California will step in to help. But we'll be smart about our investments to foster competition and innovation so all Californians can benefit from this transition.
The thing about it is, if I don't offer an EV tax credit, am I attacking the auto industry? If I really want to get an electric vehicle, I'm going to do it. Like the tax credit is an incentive. It's a bonus. It's cool, I guess. But I mean, I never didn't get a car at all because there was no tax credit. And I've had the opportunity to get an electric vehicle. And you know what? When I first had my house built, I put a 240 in the garage right by where the cargo park because I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get a Tesla or something like this, and I put my fast charger right there on the wall, right by the 240. But I did my research and I realized I don't think I want an electric vehicle. I ain't trying to have my house burned down. I don't want the risks that come with it and the expense. Give me the tried and true V8 Coyote, Mustang, F-150, or when I had the Tundra, something like that. Something that I know is going to be okay, and it's more common than the kind of untested EV market. If you have an EV, hey, shout out to you. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy your EV, but it's not for everybody. And I wouldn't want to live in California where you couldn't even buy an EV in 2035. You couldn't buy an internal combustion engine vehicle when 2035 hits. It's got to be EV only. I would not like that too much. Okay. But shout out to California. Hopefully you guys get it together. Hopefully you guys make it work. Do I have everything I want to get to? I think I do get everything. I think I have everything. Now, I want to play one more video here. A little bit of real estate. Okay. This, I'm not quite sure if it's going to be about the price. I think it's going to be about the construction.
This home was built 2 years ago, 2022, $1.6 million.
So if you didn't hear it, this was built 2 years ago, 2022. The cost, $1.6 million with an M.
See what we got going on. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
No explanation. With a crawl space later. So there's steel lintels beginning to corrode. As it corrodes, it expands, and that leads to brick cracking. I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Hey, ABL, the migrants do jobs that Americans don't want to do. They build houses. They're great. Okay, look at this. Look at the 1.6? 1.6. Look at the craftsmanship. $1.6 million. That's what you get with cheap migrant labor. Okay, that's what you're going to get right there. You're going to get Modelo's bottles with urine in it and inside the wall, all of that.
One of our bath exhaust vents is already disconnected.
Oh, boy, look at that.
The caulk around our windows has begun to deteriorate already. Caulk that side, and then we got to the top, and well, our ladder didn't go that high.
Yeah, ladder, no ladder.
Damaged window screen. That's nice. Always got to grab our railings, make sure they're nice and secure, but this one right here is not because the brake is moving. That's great.
Already cracked right there. Separated.
Rear sliding door. The locks will not disengage. You can see this one's bent and does not want to go back in its original path. Yeah, something's jacked up here. No weather stripping on our
wow
door into this garage. That's nice. That's unsealed. And our disposal is bound up. Let's try and repair it. Got it, but there's something stuck inside there, that's for sure. So our door runs into the air register. That's nice. And wow.
Okie dokie.
That's insane.
All right.
Loose trim at the front door. This is just the icing on the cake. Not even the doorbell works. Come on. Don't get me wrong, the kitchen's pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, yes. But I mean, we needed to function properly as a house too, though. $1.6 million you're paying for this.
They even gave you a nice fake door into a pantry.
That's nice.
Looks like someone was stepping on it, though. Nice. Some gaps right there in the primary bathroom shower. More over here. And what would this report be without some structural damage to our roof?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, my. So, yeah. Hey, $1.6 million, cheap migrant labor. There you go. That's your dream home right there. You move in, the foundation is messed up. You're going to have cracks in your wall, all of that. Your roof is going to be complete. The trusses ain't really right. They do jobs that Americans don't want to do. All right. Again, migrant labor, when you see them out there doing stuff like that, The reason why they out there is because it's cheap. That's it. That is it, and that is all. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, some will say, oh, that's just small little stuff, ABL. No. Listen, I've heard some horror stories. Like some of these mainstream builders, people's houses would be completely ruined. It starts with small things, and small things combine to make big things. Okay, you didn't install the gutters properly, and you had rain and all that coming from the roof hitting that foundation. Now you got a foundation problem already. Stuff like that happens. All right. But anyway, let's keep on rocking and rolling. We got super chats on deck. Then I'm going to get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Shout out to Laura Catherine, who says, I'm wearing my Thankful Trump 1 t-shirt. Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. I love it. Thank you to Rockvolution 2, who says, anyone serving up drunk Kamala, that jive in turkey. Thank you to Atomic Tabasco, who said, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you to Jason McCowan, who says, have you considered stepping up your F-150 game with the supercharger kit for that Coyote V8? I have not thought about that. I think it's good. I like the stock V8 supercharger on that. Nah. Mustang, maybe, I don't know, but not the Ford. I mean, not the F-150. Shout out to Jason again for upgrading the membership. Thank you to Jason, who says, are you about to be blessed with the ABL soap collection on the merch page? Oh, yeah. We go put all that there. Thank you to Rockvolution 2, who says, Kamala with Hennessy, Joe screaming at the beach, TDS. Thank you to Megan Bowen, who says, what did you think it would take for you to get on Joe Rogan? Are you able to reach out, make it happen? I have no idea how I would get on Joe Rogan. I have no idea. I guess I got to reach out to me. If you ask me the question, I don't know. If you ask what I think I got to do, I guess maybe just stand out, have a video go viral. Maybe somebody else reaches out to him on my behalf. But we got some stuff coming, though. I got a pretty big podcast I'm about to get on. If we can make it happen, yeah, I'm gonna try to make that whole thing happen. I'm gonna get on my phone and really kind of press it. But I don't want to say what it is until it happens. All right. So shout out to you guys. If and when I book that, I'll let you guys know. Thank you to Kaleo Pilas, and I know I was figuring that out, and I'm sorry, who says the fact more voted for Trump proves it was the corporals funding Kamala all along. Thank you to Laura Catherine, who says, ABL, are you cooking for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Not really, nah. I don't think I will. But I will be cooking, but not necessarily Thanksgiving dinner. Thank you to Tim the Beard, who says, how are we going to fund illegals and make citizens pay for disaster relief? Democrat logic, exactly. Thank you to Caius Prosperous, who says, Aurora Mayer thinks he's going to fight the military. Yeah, I say good luck with that one, huh? Thank you to Michael Crislow, who says, do you think the 100,000 government jobs Trump plans on relocating out of D.C. will help Virginia become more red? That's a really good question. And yes, absolutely. Because the problem is with all these government jobs right there in D.C., it creates a big sea of blue because people will vote for what they think will benefit themselves. So if you are a government employee, you want to keep your job, you want more money, you want more of the big government that helps you keep your job, you're going to vote Democrat. If that's not really your focus, you're not going to vote Democrat. Well, I can't say that. I'm just saying you're less likely to vote Democrat in D.C. if the Democratic Party was not the party of keeping on bolstering the size of the government. When you keep doing that, you help those who work for the government, who want to get a random job as a consultant or some kind of stuff, making like $200,000 a year. You can make a lot of money working for the government. But when the guy comes in and says, hey, we're going to cut those jobs, you're not going to like that. Which is why D.C. never, ever, 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 ever votes Republican. It goes against their own interests financially. And I can't say that I blame them, but at the same time, I don't care if they lose their job because the government shouldn't have been so big to begin with. The government is there for a particular purpose, and it's not for career building. You understand? Anyway, let's keep on rocking and rolling. The number to call, 434-658-1220. The number, and it's always in the description, and it'll be right there in the ticker below me as well. Let's go ahead and get rocking. And there's an email for Skype in the description box. If Skype doesn't work right, don't blame me, blame the white man, because you know it ain't my fault. Megan says, I heard DC allows illegals to vote in the local elections. I've not heard that, but I can't say if that was the case, I couldn't say I'm surprised. I could not say I'm surprised at all. All right, let me get my sound together and then we get to the calls. All right, we already got a few here. Let's go 323 in the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, ABL. I don't know if I'm the first caller, but happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Can't
Everything's
complain.
good with you?
Everything's good.
Wonderful. Okay, gee, I'm thrilled. Okay, I just got wind of that last story about the poor construction with the $1.6 million home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, I've been kind of like peeping this stuff. I'm calling from California, by the way, and I live in Culver City, which is like right by Beverly Hills, etc. And I see buildings going up all the time. And I do live by a Dunn Edwards, which is a paint shop, and there's Home Depot and Lowe's right near too. And I'm seeing all these people running around gathering these men to get these type of projects done. And I'm like, I may be telling my age, but isn't there like some type of requirement for like license to do all this kind of work, or is that gone out the window too these days?
Well, it depends on where you are and what the laws are, but there can be a requirement. The thing is it going to be enforced? That's the issue.
Okay, because I've been wondering about that for a minute, because I know back in the day, this was never happening when you saw day laborers and people going to Home Depot to get people to put their projects, I mean, $1 million projects in on the grid. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, it's pathetic because, like you say, migrant labor is not cheap for the consumer, but it is for the guy who's, paying them. So nobody wins. And I'm sorry. I'm glad that, another thing I just want to say, I'm so glad that Trump won. I haven't said this, to anybody like in the universe. I mean, as far as like being on, podcast, whatever, but it's going to be a good day for everybody. And this is a Thanksgiving that we can just, we can breathe now because all this stuff behind us, November 5th, and we're looking forward to January and, letting Trump get back in, and hopefully we can just go on without the craziness because it has to go. It has to stop. There cannot be any more of this because it's all about the money and with the liberals, and they don't care about people's interests as far as like the voters or, we just get, in the end, we get screwed. So that's what I wanted to say because, I was like, I see it a lot here, and I'm like, oh, so he's talking about this now. So maybe I can call in and say something as to what I know that happens here where I live, and I see it all the time. And I'm like, I just thought it was just something that, it happened in California, but I guess it's happening everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. That's right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking my call, and I appreciate all that you do, of course, and I hope that you have a wonderful time with the rest of the year, whatever going on in your life, and be blessed.
Thank you for the call.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the call.
Okay.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. Yeah, that's happening everywhere. That ain't just California. It's all over the U.S. of A. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling here. Let's go to 719. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, it's Josh out of Colorado Springs. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Hey, can't complain, man. I'm just listening to you while I was working. Had to kind of get something off of my chest about Mr. Yemi Mobilati, if you will. I honestly didn't vote for him, and I can already say I'm not thrilled with how much of a job he's done. And I thought about sending one of your videos over to my local district attorney and possibly my city council to see about him getting impeached and get some charges filed, because that state hoax right there, just not okay. But I was wondering about your 2 cents on that.
Yeah, I mean, that should happen. I think that the feds should be the one to get him, really, because it's a federal indictment against the people that did the hate crime hoax. So if they got indicted and then they have the mayor communicating with them and they got text messages, they got all of that stuff going on, then there should be some kind of action against the mayor as well.
Absolutely, 100%. But I just wanted to throw my 2 cents out there, and I also wanted to say, great show. Been listening to it and watching it for a couple of years now, and just enjoy listening to you. And I also want to say happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely. Same to you, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, for sure. Thank you.
All right, shout out to the caller. Yeah, man, get that guy out of here, man. Yemi Mobolade, the mayor of Colorado Springs. You're communicating with a guy who engaged in a fake hate crime to help your campaign, and you won the election. Even if you didn't win, that conspiracy right there should get you locked up. Big rocks, little rocks, all day long. 248, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello. Hello, is this ABL?
Speaking.
Oh, okay. I would just like to tell you that it's hilarious every time you do this accent. Okay?
Oh, okay. I was wondering where we were going with that. I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? But yeah.
Yeah, this is Gemini. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. Can't complain about yourself.
I'm pretty good, feeling good, excited for tomorrow, even though I'm doing all the cooking, but that's okay. I don't have to throw mashed potatoes on my loved ones tomorrow like you might.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Like whenever I go around family, I don't talk politics unless somebody want to start acting crazy, and then we can go outside and do it that way. But I'm for the most part, I'm good.
Oh no. Whoa, we're gonna speak peace and blessings
Yeah,
over there.
that's right.
Oh, okay. So I know I missed like maybe 20 minutes, and I don't like to rewind because I want to be where y'all are, right? Did you go over RFK and the forced debacle they tried to make that?
No, I'm not familiar. What happened?
Well, he was speaking in front of black people, and he was basically telling us, and not just black people, but in general, like, do not let racism control you, because basically we cannot control what other people think about us, no matter how you want to react to it. So it's better to just learn how to deal with it and, move forward. And of course it was like, he's racist.
I don't see how I like that's just there's nothing racist there. What he gave was solid advice. But I mean, you could say anything about anything and somebody going to take offense to it, and rather than just talking about why you're offended, talking about why you didn't like what was said, just call them a racist.
That's all they got, and that's not even anything to have. I'm kind of confused why. Well, okay, I'm not confused. I'm thinking about other things people have written in the past to make us take heed of the future. So, sadly, I see it and get it.
Yeah.
Well, I just had to play a little prank on you for a little minute. And, share a little bit and see if you have seen that. Shout out to the people. Love you all. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you need some turkey, come ask me for one slice, and I will give you one slice. Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you. Appreciate you. All right. Great calls. Let's go to. All righty.
Michael.
Les, what's going on?
Hey, ABL, how are you? Oh, give me 1 second. I'm trying to mute this.
Alrighty.
There we go. Hey, ABL, happy early Thanksgiving.
Same to you now. What's going on?
Alrighty, so we know somewhere today, maybe sometime today, maybe tomorrow. Kamala Harris, let's not forget, she'll be washing her collard greens in the tub somewhere out there.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Collard greens in the tub, I would never.
Oh my goodness, but I cannot. In regards to the who was it? That gentleman that was caught up in the, what was it? The O'Keefe undercover?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with him, I mean, saying all that in regards to like COVID, I mean, but that's all things that we obviously knew, especially everyone that watches you and follows you and is conservative. I mean, we all knew that was a bunch of BS, and it's just so crazy, like the whole narrative behind it. I remember, and I'm sure you remember as well, when Joe Biden came out and said, yeah, guys, just go get vaccinated because it'll prevent you from getting the bug.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. And I was like, no. And if I'm not mistaken, ABL, I got the whole, I think, what was it, like over 1,200 side effects associated with the COVID vaccine. I got the whole list from you, actually. I think you were like the first one that I saw bring out the whole list. And I was like, oh my God. So thank God. And you know what? There's a little saying. It says, whenever I'm down, I just remind myself that the trillions of dollars of propaganda didn't work on me. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
And then just last but not least, I just wanted to ask you and everybody else in the chat, because we're all a little family here. What are you grateful for? What's everybody else grateful for?
I'm grateful for my health. Okay, I'm glad I didn't take the vaccination. I'm glad I didn't let the propaganda get to me, and I'm healthy.
Amen. And for myself, I'm happy. Same thing, but what I'm really happy for is that the election was too big to rig, and President Trump is the elect, and he will be inaugurated very, very shortly. And honestly, I want us to skip all these holidays and just get straight to the nitty gritty of the meats and potatoes of January, inauguration day. That's it.
There you go.
All righty, ABL. No, that's all I wanted to say. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Enjoy tomorrow. God bless you. God bless the chat. And the little patrons want to say good night.
Good night.
Thank y'all for calling.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Shout out to them. Always a great call. And shout out to you guys as well for being here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video. Share the video. Do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right, let's go to 615. Hit online. Who am I speaking to?
What's going on, man? It's Boomer. How you doing, man?
Everything's good, man. What's happening?
Man, I want to tell you, dude. I've been behind. I've told you for several weeks now. I've been sick, so I'm behind, one show behind. So yesterday I watched your show from I guess it was Saturday. And dude, you're funny, dude, man. When you, okay, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm about to bust out laughing just thinking about it. But when you had that video going of Van Lathan and you was getting triggered, I wish you would, when you get triggered, I wish you just let it go sometimes. when that dude he had that hat on his head. I'm dying thinking, dude, I'm just visualizing, I'm laughing because you called that boy Beyonce.
Oh yeah. When he had on the cowboy hat, yeah. You trying to be Beyonce. Like, man, what's going on?
And then you try to let it go for a minute, and I could feel it. I said, man, he ain't gonna let that go. And you came back and you go, you paused it. You said, you coward. Man, I was dying, dude. I was like, man, I've been needing this laugh for so long. And Van Lathan gets on my nerves, dude. He gets on my last nerve, and you were tearing him to pieces, man. That was hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
I love that.
He was getting on my nerves too. Like his face, everything that day was just rubbing me the wrong way. I had to get on him.
The hat and the hats. I was like, and so just so you know, I was at work listening to it, and you were talking, and you just kept saying something with a hat on his head, and I had to walk over to my workstation and be like, what's he talking about a hat on his head? he had a cowboy hat on his head. Like, you called him Beyonce, and I said, I wonder why you called him Beyonce. Oh man, it was funny, dude. That was hilarious, man. And that's the first thing I want to tell you. The second thing is Dude, Kamala, man, that video, why did she put that out, dude? That lady is disheveled, drunk, look like she's depressed. Her hair was nappy. I'm just being honest, man. Nappy-headed. You already know the next word I need to say. She was a nappy-headed, one of them nappy-headed, and it was hurting, man. Ain't no reason to even be on I don't even know what are they thinking? What is she doing? And I also heard today from another podcast that she says she wants to run in 2028, dude.
I'm like, for what though? Like, why? Why? You have no reason to do that. I mean, where are you going to run? Liquor store is where you're going to go?
Seriously? Where you gonna run to the liquor store and give me some vodka? Like, you and Nancy gonna drink it before you even get here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus, she looked rough, man. That neck hanging off looked like the turkey you're about to eat tomorrow. And her hair was so gone. And if you think about it, they had her hair all dolled up, covering up that one ear, this whole election cycle. And then she's going to put out this video looking like my drunk aunt, dog. She looks so bad. This is just like some crazy old drunk woman on Dickerson Road somewhere down here in Nashville. Anyway, man, this whole thing, Trump. Oh man, I can't believe Trump won. I'm gonna leave you with this. I feel like I missed out in 2016 because I was a normie and I didn't know nothing about no kind of politics, no nothing. I worked with a bunch of leftist people that did nothing but complain about Trump being racist and he talked too much and there's crazy people, there's good people on both sides and all this mess. I believed them and I really thought that Trump was crazy and I was just like, I wish he'd just stop talking crazy on TV. But, man, I am here for it this time. I can't wait to see the press conferences because he's going to be in the press conference. He's going to be in everything, man, and I finally get to see it. So, oh, man, God bless this country, man. I cannot wait, and this is going to be awesome, man. I'm going to get up off here, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for taking my call. I love everybody in the chat, man. I love this show. Best show on the internet, man. Appreciate you, ABL. Keep it up, brother.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, man. See you.
All right. Great call. Shout out to Boomhauer. I appreciate the call, as always. Let's keep on rocking. Let's go to 330. You're on line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is Sam.
All right, man. What's going on?
No, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. Hey, I just want to get your thoughts on, I'm hearing they're doing a recount in Pennsylvania.
I've not heard about that.
No, I've seen it online everywhere.
I mean, I've seen recount like all over the place, but I don't know about the one in Pennsylvania specifically.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta check it out and see what's going on. I saw there was gonna be a recount somewhere else, and I saw that they were still counting votes in California now, even though the election is
California's a new one. I'm hearing Pennsylvania all over the place. I mean, they're just doing whatever they can, grasping straws to try and take this election.
I mean, they're going to try to do whatever they can, but ultimately, the things they try don't work. I mean, we've seen it all throughout the year. Right. They keep trying, but nothing is sticking.
Man, you're preaching. Honest to God, you're preaching.
I call it how I see it. So we're going to see this whole thing they're going to tire themselves out, and at the end, nothing's going to come from it, and we're still going to be on top.
Yep. You're saying it. Listen, man, keep doing you. I love the content.
Well, thank you for your call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Yep, you as well. Have a good one.
All right, shout out to the caller. But yeah, I've not seen that one specifically, but a lot of the recount stuff I don't even really pay attention to because it ain't gonna go nowhere. It ain't gonna go nowhere. It's just, they're always trying different things and nothing never materializes. 573 online, yeah. Speaker 2.
Anthony Brian Logan.
Yes, indeed.
It's JoJo from Chicago.
All righty, man. What's going on?
How you doing, brother? Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you now.
All right. Well, listen. I've been listening to all this rhetoric, and I like it. I love you. And then when I tell you I love you, I mean I love you. And somebody asked me back in like 1985 when I was writing poems, they said, what's your definition of love? And I said, love is the infinite and overwhelming desire for the love and happiness of another being. And that's the bottom line, man. And so I want to tell y'all that I love you guys, man. I love America. I love all y'all. And you guys be blessed. And that's what I mean. I love you. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shout out to my man for the call. Great call. Let's keep on rocking. Let's go to 631. You don't mind. Who am I speaking to?
ABL's Mary. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can't complain about yourself.
I don't know if I should say Happy Thanksgiving or Merry Christmas because it feels like Christmas every day since Trump has won. How are you feeling about that?
I think we're on the same page. It feels great. It feels like I get up every morning and it just feels better. The air is much more clean. The morning orange juice tastes a little bit better.
Right?
It's just better.
It's just like I have like an out of body experience every day. And it's like, I have to say for you men that never had babies, unless you're tampon Tim and you had a baby, but men don't have babies, but it's this is what it is when you have a baby and they say you forget the pain once you have that beautiful baby in your arms. It's like when he won, it was just, you forget all the pain of all the things they did. It was just like washed away. The overwhelming joy and satisfaction of winning, it just like melted everything away.
It did. It really did. Like right when he won, it was like everything, all the things that led up to it, all the pain, everything, the blood, sweat, tears. It was like in that moment, it washed away.
You're just holding that little Trumpy baby in your arms and it's all good.
Yep.
But I got to ask you a serious question. Now, we still want, I want to see some justice served when he's back in the White House. Just off the top of your head, what would you like to see him do as far as serving some justice for the country, for all that we've been through? Who are some people that need to go to jail?
Jack Smith. Lock him up. That's number one. Jack Smith.
Number one.
Alejandro Mayorkas for the border, leaving that wide open, endangering U.S. citizens.
Amen. That's my number one guy.
Yeah.
Right now. Disgrace.
Mm-hmm. And as far as people, as far as other justice, maybe not necessarily somebody going to the penitentiary, but people that were fired because of COVID-19 and didn't want to get the vaccination, they need to be made whole as well. Especially federal employees, military guys, they need to be made whole. I'm talking about back pay, all of that, everything.
Yep. I can't wait to see that happen. That's going to be, phase 2 of the ongoing Christmas celebration for the next 4 years.
There you go.
Anyway, I saw that you posted something about potentially having meet and greets. Have you thought about cities and where you're going to be?
Yes, I got a few cities in mind. All I got to do now is just coordinate the effort to actually make it happen.
Okay. I hope to see you down in South Florida.
South Florida, so you talk like Miami?
Let's get closer to Palm Beach.
Okay.
Don't make it hard for me to come see you.
I got you. All right.
All right. You are hilarious. Having a great night listening to you. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
All righty. Great call. Shout out to her. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. Let's go to 470. You don't lie. Who am I speaking to?
Kamala, you're fired. Get out. Get out. You're fired.
Anthony, hey, it's Greg from Wild and Wacky Atlanta. Where you think it happened anytime? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Oh, great. I haven't talked to you in about 5 weeks. How you doing?
I'm beautiful, man. Like we got the orange man back. We got the drunk lady and this 1,000-year-old guy out of the way. So I'm good.
That's right, man. He's orange man glad. And in 54 days, he's going to be our president again. This is such a weird situation. We've never had a president cheated out of his victory and then come back 4 years later after actually three assassination attempts and all these fake charges levied against him. And he beat it all. And they came back. It's just incredible.
I love it. It goes to show you cannot deny the will of the people, ultimately.
Yeah, you can't deny it's an act of God. I mean, it's just, there's no other explanation for it. There can't be. So anyway, I'm loving it. I campaigned for Trump, as I mentioned to you before, back in August sometime. I did that for over 3 months, knocked on about 175 doors, made at least a couple hundred phone calls or more, got out there, talked to everyday average American people that supported Trump, and had a good time. Ran across a couple nasty people. And this one guy, as I told you before, back in the mid-late September, tried to debate me in his yard. I'm like, look, dude, I'm out of here. If you're not for Trump, I don't care. I'm gone. So I went back the day after Election Day, and I took a tampon. And I wrote Kamala lost on there about 5 times. I wrote tampon Tim on there, stuck it in his mailbox with a Trump Vance 2024 little sticker on there, on his door of his mailbox, and left it there for him to find the next day. That's my way of saying F you. And no, I mean, he doesn't have to be an arrogant dick. I mean, he just could have said, no, I'm not voting for Trump, or screw that guy or whatever. But he didn't have to be arrogant with me and try to argue with me, like, what did Trump ever do for you, So why are you making this personal? He didn't do anything for me personally. I mean, he did something for America. He made it great again for 4 years. And now it's going to be even better. Now we control the House and the Senate, and nobody can stop us.
That's right.
This is great. Yeah, we're going to kick all the transsexuals out of the military, about 15,000 or more, close the border, deport about 20 million or more legal border hoppers. Oh, this is great. And now the leftists are leaving, like Ellen DeGeneres went to England, and some other people have gone to Italy. And I'm like, don't you realize that a little over 2 years ago, Giorgia Meloni became the prime minister of Italy, who supports Trump and loves Trump, and she's conservative and has conservative values. So if you're going to Italy thinking it's a refuge from so-called fascist America, good luck over there, because they're making Italy great again too.
But see, they're so dumb. They don't understand. They think that it's just, Trump, right. Trump. They don't know anything about anything else.
No. Geert Wilders in Holland, we're winning there. We're winning in a lot of other places too. The AfD in Germany is making progress. The Alternative for Deutschland, which is not a Nazi organization, by the way, it's conservative.
Right.
They like Trump. Hungary with Orban.
Yeah.
Viktor Orban. We're winning there. I mean, we're winning on so many fronts here. We're defeating the leftists, So, I don't know. I don't think wokeism is dead. I really don't. I think the ideology is going to live on for a long time, for many more years, but we can do some things to hurt it, and we are. Elon Musk is going to help screw that. So, anyway, man, that's all I want to say. I'm still Ultra MAGA, Trump 2024. And God bless America. God bless you. I hope you have a great, happy Thanksgiving. And I'm grateful for you in my life, and along with all of our fans, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you for your call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Take care. Best wishes to you. See you. Bye.
Same to you. All right. Great call. Yeah, man. It's funny how they go into Italy. It's like, but you're going to write to Giorgia Meloni. They don't play that nonsense over there either. But, they don't. Their whole thing is going away from the orange man. They will jump straight into a pit of fire if it meant escaping the orange man. That's how they think. Who am I speaking to? You're on line 857?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's happening?
So do you listen to the latest? I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, there are third parties that have given the information about, Trump planning to use emergency status, and I'm planning to use the military in order to go after illegal immigrants.
I don't know too much about the emergency status part.
Oh, you don't know. So you want to declare an emergency. He didn't say what kind of emergency. They want to go after. You want to go with the military after illegal immigrants. The question is, if this is illegal, according to the Insurrection Act, it is illegal. You only can go if the people revolt the government and there's like chaos in the streets. There's no chaos. So why you insisted on doing something that is unconstitutional? That's my question.
So define chaos, though. Like, what does that really mean? It's like kind of an ambiguous term.
Well, it has to be something like maybe during the George Floyd situation, then maybe you could use the military to address some issues, or like the insurrection, like when people went to the Capitol, according to the Constitution. That's the only two situations that you could use the military. You can use the military in any other way against civilians.
Well, check it out. What we're going to do? What we're going to do is find out in court.
But it's already writing. There's nothing to do in court. It's already documented.
Okay,
There's no court
but then,
to go.
like, if somebody wants to fight them, as they always do, we'll find out in court.
But his lawyers told him not to. His own lawyer said that he cannot use the military. But then the other guy, the Bodesar guy, he's telling that yes, he could use the military.
Like
and
I said,
the other one said,
like I said, we're gonna find out in court. So all of what you're saying,
okay.
yeah.
So, but and then the other issue that I'm not quite sure is the tariff, right? It's, the tariff is going to be paid by consumer because it goes from the seller. They're going to have to sell things that are more expensive when it comes to the ports, and then the consumer picked up. That could be a position, and also could be a position that they ended up that the companies that's shipping the stuff over here, this is a competition that maybe that favor the U.S. But if it says that how all the experts are saying, why you want to go down that road? I don't understand. And then he's saying it because immigration and the drug cartel, but the immigration and drug cartel have nothing to do with tariffs. They are unrelated. So why are you using tariffs as a defense to address one issue that have nothing to do with the tariffs? And then a lot of the American companies, GM, Chrysler, they are ready to sue him because he's doing that. So why going down that road if why are you using this as a weapon to address something that has nothing to do with it?
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. It's a fact.
That's your opinion. I mean, he thinks one way, you think a different way. So he has his opinion, you have your opinion. That's why to answer the question, he has his opinion about the tariffs working one way, and you don't agree. That's all.
Yeah, but he's gonna get sued though. I mean,
okay. So and everybody do that. Everybody always sue. Ain't nothing new. Trump been going to court. So what? What that mean? Everybody gets sued.
Well, I mean, why you want to create chaos when don't exist? Why you don't sit down with the president of Mexico and say, okay, you have a problem, I have a problem.
Well, look, at the end of the day, he has a certain way of governing that you disagree with. So, I mean, you asking me, excuse me, you asking me, you need to be asking him why he's doing that.
Well, I mean, you support it, so I'm assuming that
I'm not him though. You need to ask him.
Oh, so you don't even know what he's doing, but you favor him what he's doing something that you don't know the outcome, or you don't understand the outcome.
Have I made a video about that, about tariffs and stuff? Have I done that video?
I don't recall that you have done.
I have not done a video about tariffs, so I don't speak on things I don't know about. That's why I've not done a video on it. So you can't sit here and say, oh, why are you talking about things and all this and that? I've not said nothing about the tariffs.
Oh, leave it up. Oh, okay, so I'm telling you what the economists are saying that.
Okay, so what? So what? Who cares? Nobody cares about these experts. The same people that said that the Hunter Biden laptop was fake. Them same experts that said that.
No, but those are the journalists. I'm talking about the economists.
No. We ain't talking about no. Can't do that. We're talking about intelligence experts, not journalists. Don't do that now. Let's not lie.
But there was nothing.
No. Let's not lie. We're talking about intelligence experts. Now you're bringing up other experts. So what? We know that experts can say whatever they want to say whenever they want to say it when it benefits them politically. So I don't really believe in that. I look at the proof in the pudding. A lot of the tariffs that Trump put on to China during his administration is still on right now when they could have been repealed by the current administration, but they weren't because they worked.
No, some of them were removed. Some of them,
but why not all of them? Why not all of them?
Because it's not for the best interest of America.
So the answer is that the tariffs worked, correct?
No, that's not the answer.
So they didn't work. Either they, excuse me, did the tariffs work or not?
Don't work in all set in all
Did
areas.
the tariffs that Trump put on, that the Biden administration kept, did they work or not?
Those who they kept, yes, but not all.
All right then. So what are we talking about? So you saying I'm right?
Because he wants to put. No,
so the answer.
No,
so when I asked the question, did the tariffs work? Their answer is yes. Move on. Next topic.
No, because for the
no,
farmers,
yes,
doesn't
actually, yes. Next topic.
Hello?
I said next topic.
Okay, the next topic, say planning to invade Mexico, though, is to get the cartels.
Huh?
I don't know if this is true. I mean, I don't take my word for it, but he said that before with Stephen Miller. He was planning to invade Mexico in his first term. So now I say he really wanted to do in the second term. Because he might do it this time because he had nothing to lose.
He said he wanted to invade Mexico?
Yeah, he wanted to go after the cartels in Mexico. I mean,
okay, so wait. You're saying two different things now. Invading Mexico.
Well,
Excuse me. Invading Mexico is not the same thing as going after the cartels. You're saying two different things. So excuse me. Did he say specifically that he wants to invade Mexico? Yes or no?
Yes, but you see military.
No, wait though. How are you going to say yes when you said that you want to go after the cartels? Did he say that I'm going to invade Mexico? Yes or no?
Yes, it's an invasion. Because you see military power.
You're lying. Now you're lying.
It's an invasion.
Normally you try to obfuscate. Now you just straight up lying. He never said that.
No. That's not a lie. You use military power.
Excuse me. Can I find a video of Trump saying he wants to invade Mexico? Can I find that video?
I mean, I don't know where the video is. I don't know where the video, but that wasn't
the question. The question was, can I find it?
Yeah, I'm sure there should be. You could Google.
You're not very confident. Sure. You're not very confident in that. You should say what you hold. Like, yes,
Google
you can.
Google it now. You have a computer, right?
Look, I don't got that much time. At the end of the day,
you don't have time.
No. I don't have that much time. You've been on for a long time anyway. I ain't gonna be doing research and stuff like this. At the end of the day, he said that it's going to invade Mexico. And then when I said, hey, can I find a video? I don't know. You get to stuttering and stammering because you know that he didn't say it. You're called, that right there is called a lie. You're lying. Matter of fact, have a good night. All righty. So, guys, did Trump say that he's going to invade Mexico? It's yes or no question. Yes or no answer would suffice. Y'all let me know. Okay, let's keep on rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That will help me out tremendously. All right, let's go to 267. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, hello, ABL. How's it going tonight?
It's all good, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to, ABL, I wanted to ask you a question. So basically the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, I know I don't mean to get off subject, but Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, have you been seeing a lot of that pop up on your feeds lately, like on your timeline?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so basically, honestly, with me, I was just going to look into it, but I was like, but then I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, honestly, I don't really care about some overhyped rap beef, and there's more important issues going on out in the world, honestly. Because I was like, okay, I want to see what the hype is. But then I was like, you know what? I just don't care. I just decided not to even tune in. I'd rather stay uninformed about what's going on and not speak on it because it's not an important issue between two rappers getting into just a verbal war.
Yeah, I understand. I think what's going on now, from what I've seen, is that Drake is suing. Now, that's actually pretty big because it's not even about the rap stuff anymore. It's about the label potentially sabotaging Drake because they want to negotiate the upcoming contract. So Drake is making a certain amount of money from Universal Music Group. This is the same label that Kendrick Lamar is on. They got the same label. So here's what's going on. Drake is by far the biggest artist on the label. Unless you got Taylor Swift on the same label. But as far as a rapper in the world, there's nobody bigger than Drake. Drake is like Walmart of music. There's nobody anywhere close to Drake, whether you love him or hate him. So what Drake is saying is, I am the biggest breadwinner on the label. I bring all the money. You guys are using the money that I bring to artificially prop up this song against me to lower my market value. So when we have contract negotiation, I cannot ask for a bigger amount of money because you guys spent my money to devalue me. So now we getting into a lawsuit. Listen, Drake is black and then something else. The other side, they don't play that. They don't play around, and I admire them for that. They don't play with that money. It's like, look, I don't care about no rap beef. I don't care about none of that stuff. We talking about millions of dollars, tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, 200, 300 million. We're talking about big money. So before I lose more money and before my label robs me of more money, I'm going to sue to stop it. That's what's going on. It's beyond the trivial little rap beef, in my humble opinion.
Okay, so basically it's more of a money issue, basically.
Money, 100% money. Pure business.
Okay, that sounds about right, because I see all these silly thumbnails talking about, Drake done messed up, blah, blah, blah. Drake, I just hit not interested. I said not interested. There's more important issues going on out in the world with some silly rap people. I'm kind of glad you kind of cleared it up, that he's getting into it with the label.
Yes.
Because the way I see it, like you said, the way I see it at the end of the day, regardless of Kendrick Lamar, he won the battle. Drake, he's still one of the biggest artists in the world, so that's not going to change anything.
Oh, yeah. He's still going to be who he is, for sure.
Yeah, so pretty much Drake it's not like, even if his career is over with rapping, hypothetically speaking, like, he can pretty much retire from rap. He doesn't even need to rap no more. He's just got so much money.
Right, exactly.
So, and another thing I remember I was watching a video of Jake Uger going at it with Professor Ligman, and man, we were having a good laugh about that. That was hilarious. Just the Democrats just fighting with each other, and then you see the what's his name, Harry? You just see him in the background just laughing.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was completely funny. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because basically that was the first time me hearing about Professor Ligman. Basically, he's saying his keys. He was predicting the election, and Jake Uger's like, it's absurd, and now he's just saying. He said they were just going back and forth, name calling. It's just, that was funny. We were just laughing. Jake Uger, that dude is funny. I'm not even gonna lie, he had me laughing.
He is funny.
Yeah, but yeah, and thanks for taking my call, ABL. That's all I wanted to say.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, you have a good night.
Same to you now. All right. That is a great call. It's a great way to end it. Shout out to you guys. If you couldn't get on tonight, don't blame me. Blame the white man. That ain't my fault. I'll be back live again, of course, on Saturday. Same bat time, same bat place. 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm here all throughout the week putting up pre-recorded videos about whatever's going on. If you guys have any tips, any news tips, any topics you want me to discuss, you can email me, contact@anthonyblogan.com. Now, about Drake, just wrap that up. Yeah, you're talking about business. Who cares about rap and all of that? It doesn't really matter. It's straight money involved. So he's suing over the diss song. But it's not even about the song. It's about the label. They spent money to boost that up, and they licensed it to the streaming networks for 30% lower than the other songs. Like, it was a whole big thing. It stopped him from being able to put out music. It was really kind of like corporate espionage. It's a whole big can of worms, and if that goes to trial and you're going to see discovery, it's going to be a mess. It might change the entire music industry. The only person who is above such things is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Now, if you put a gun in my head, because some of y'all say you don't know Drake song, I don't know Taylor Swift songs. I know "Shake It Off" because I heard that every day for 5 years on commercials and stuff like this. But aside from that, I don't know Taylor Swift's music. However, millions upon millions of girls look up to her more than anybody else that exists. She is a cultural icon to a lot of people. To me, I don't know Taylor Swift, but to them, They love her. Can I say something right quick as I put the bow on top? I was with a young lady, and she was white. I was just in her presence. It wasn't like that. We were chilling. And then she proceeded to tell me every Taylor Swift song that she knew on top of her. Like, it was, okay, so I'm listening to music. She's playing the music. This is a song, this. She knew every song, the ins and outs, the details behind it, everything. Everything. Like, they dead serious. The Swifties, they're dead serious. So, a Taylor Swift, untouchable. Drake, a little bit different. We'll see how the whole lawsuit thing plays out. All right. But that'll be a wrap for me. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining. If you like what you heard tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. Hey, I was just chilling. I promise I was. I won't do nothing. All right. I didn't do nothing. Okay, we got super chats on deck. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. But shout out to you guys for being here, watching, retweeting, super chatting. I could not do this show without you. Thank you to all the moderators keeping the trolls in check. I really, really appreciate that. Shout out to everybody for watching, retweeting, super chatting. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. This is also an audio streaming podcast. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether it be Google Play, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platforms and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. Alrighty. Super chats. I got some more to read. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. Thank you to Megan, who says, I heard DC allows illegal aliens to vote in the local elections. Wouldn't surprise me. Thank you to Cardinal O'Flanagan, who says, ABL, do you expect Letitia James to suddenly drop charges, but have an excuse as to why she had to? Of course. Is her case even still alive? I mean, Alvin Bragg, his case, talking about, we're going to postpone it until 2029, the sentencing. It's like, for real? Come on. But she's gonna have to do something, because she can't prosecute their case. All right. Shout out to Castellano. That's funny. Girl in a straight jacket. Hopefully everything is good. Thank you to EMH, who says Transformers are women, you bigot. Thank you to Bob K MIT, who says, when are you going to let us know when you're going to have a meet and greet? I need to plan a trip. I'm coming. It's coming soon. I'm trying to get everything done behind the scenes. Y'all just, when I'm ready to launch it, I'm gonna let you guys know. And again, if you guys have anybody that does event planning, I got people that hit me up to do event planning, but if you guys have anybody in your city, your neck of the woods, that can do event planning and has a good venue, y'all let me know. I'll probably do one here as well, because I already got a venue that I can do it at. I'm gonna call my young homie Jabri and be like, Jabri, let's do a meet and greet. Y'all set it up. So I can already do one here in Chattanooga, but I want to do one where you guys are. Shout out to Kayas, who says the cartel say they're going to have an insurgency here. Hey, well, let's not have that happen. Thank you to Michael Critchlow, who says breaking: Zuckerberg meets with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, I did see that. Hold on. I'm gonna just show that right quick. Let me see. New York Times, they so petty. Look, they got the article right here talking about he met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. So they got the headline, but they don't have the picture of him at Mar-a-Lago with Trump. And it's not even in this article. They're so petty. That's what the mainstream media does. They don't even want to. They're so dumb. Let's actually go and find the picture, shall we? Look at that. How easy that was. And where does the result come from? The Hindustan Times. You got to go all the way to India to get real news. That's crazy. Okay, so there we go. Now, was that Mar-a-Lago or is that White House? I'm not really sure. So it might be an older picture. But either way, we got Zuck meeting with the Orange Man. All righty. Let's keep on rocking and rolling. Where are we at? I got that one. And thank you to Terry, who says, happy Thanksgiving, ABL and the ABL fam. You're truly the best on the internet. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Enjoy your day. Don't get too rowdy at the table. Your cousin want to start tripping. Hey man, you want to go for a walk? But nah, seriously. Enjoy your day. Don't be too crazy. Just enjoy each other. Have a good time. if your cousin want to start acting in the food, just be like, hey man, I can't do nothing about it. I'm interested in eating my turkey legs and my my stuffing and green beans and everything else. So just go over there. But I will see you guys next time. And until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.